in his first year, and the Tabor College Blue Jays, coached by Mark Standiford in his 12th. Now the starting lineups for the Bethany Swedes. Playing center field, number 7, Justin Bailey. At second base, number 13, Alex Martinez. Playing third base, number 24, Braden Scribner. Catching, number 27, Evan Schwab. Pitching and designated hitter, number 4, Chase Lord. At first base, number 23, Randy Good. Shortstop, number 38, Donald Dale. At right field, number 35, Francis Nunez. And playing left field, number 33, Christian Healer. Now the lineup for the Tabor College Blue Jays. At center field, the junior from Louisville, Texas, number 23, Patrick Bethea. The shortstop, senior from Wichita, Kansas, number 1, Matt Johnson. The senior, second baseman from Mooresville, North Carolina, number 9, Christian Stone. The junior from Charlotte, North Carolina, number 8, Kelsey Weems. At left field, number 6, Joey Witkowski. Catching today, the junior from Arlington, Texas, number 2, Leo Aguilar. Designated hitter, the junior from Tulare, California, number 32, Rudy Vasquez. At right field, the junior from Topeka, Kansas, number 44, Tanyan Schaefer. And playing third base today, the sophomore from Midlothian, Texas, number 13, Drake Gerard. And pitching for the Blue Jays, a freshman from Pratt, Kansas, number 40, Caden Everett. Would you please stand as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem? The Kansas Collegiate Athletic Conference and the NAIA are committed to maintaining the true spirit of competition in athletics. Please do your part by showing respect to every spectator, athlete, coach, and official involved in today's contest.
Welcome to Hillsboro for your KCAC matchup today against the Bethany College Swede and your Tabor College Blue Jays. Bethany comes into the contest with an 11-10 overall record, 2-1 inside the KCAC. They beat Oklahoma Wesleyan this past weekend in the series, 2-1. They lost the first game, won both the last two games. Tabor College swept Apple over the weekend with a 3-0 conference record, 12-5 overall. Mark Standiford in his 11th season trying to get the Blue Jays back into the NAIA top 25 lineups. And we'll go to the KCAC standings here in a second just to show you what the conference looks like.
Yep.
And as you see, Friends and Mac and Tabor all undefeated in conference play. Tabor looking to extend their undefeated record against Bethany today. And then you see Bethany at 11-10, 6 in the conference. And the starting lineups, we'll go with Bethany first. Batting first, number 7, the center fielder, Justin Bailey, batting .302 overall. 3 home runs, which is good for second on the team, 12 RBIs. Batting second is number 13, the second baseman, Alex Martinez, batting .310 on the season. Batting in the 3-hole, number 24, third baseman, Braden Shrivner, batting .338 on the season, 16 RBIs, which leads the team, also has a home run. Batting in the cleanup spot is the catcher, number 27, Evan Schwab, batting .250 on the season. And batting fifth, the pitcher and designated hitter today, Chase Lorg, who is their best hitter via the batting average and home runs. He's batting .340 on the season, 5 home runs, and also is a really solid pitcher to go along with that. Batting sixth is the first baseman, number 23, Randy Gord, batting .211 on the season. Batting seventh, number 38, the shortstop, Donald Dale, batting eighth. The right fielder, number 35, Rances Nunez, batting .294. And rounding out the lineup, batting ninth, number 33, the left fielder, Christian Healer. As you see, the Blue Jays starter there, Papathea in center field, Matt Johnson at shortstop, Christian Stone at second, Kelsey Weems at first today, batting fifth, Joey Witkowski, the left fielder, batting sixth, the catcher, Leo Aguilar, then the designated hitter, Rudy Vasquez, the right fielder, Tanyan Schaefer follows him, and rounding out the lineup is Drake Gerard. On the bump for the Blue Jays is freshman Caden Everett, with a 1.86 ERA in 9 2/3 innings and 6 strikeouts. I'm joined here with my partner, Dawson Dreyer. Dawson, how you doing today?
Doing good.
First pitch of the day, a fastball fired in there by Everett. So what can we see from Everett today? He's a freshman. He's a young cat out there. So what's his arsenal like? Where does his fastball sit?
So as a freshman, really surprised us actually out of the year. He's actually sitting around 86, 87. That first weekend he actually hit 88, 89 a couple times. Caden sits with a 2-seam fastball, as well as he's working on a changeup right now, and then a really, really good curveball. And he uses that a lot. He has a lot of confidence with that and is able to command that with any pitch count that he has and any count he likes to use it in.
As he works from the windup, Blue Jays in their home royal blue uniforms, white numerals. As the breaking ball misses, outside count goes to 1-2. Bethany in their away gray uniforms, blue numerals, trimmed with a little bit of gold. And again, Bethany really impressive over this past weekend in the KCAC, beating a ranked Oklahoma Wesleyan team. One of the scores was 20-14, a football score. They scored 21. Talking to Coach Standiford before the game, and he said Bethany can really swing the bat, and they're throwing one of their usual weekend starters out for this game. And Chase Lorg, as that ball misses, count goes full. So Bethany really wants to win this game to go to 3-1 in the conference. The Blue Jays want to stay undefeated to extend their record to 4-0 in conference play. As the payoff pitch, the leadoff batter of the game, comes from Everett. It's going to be a fastball on the outside part of the plate to strike him out. Justin Bailey thought it was a ball outside. It was already going down to first base, but Everett able to throw that fastball outside to get him on strike 3. So a good start to the game for the Blue Jays. As you see the replay right there, borderline call in the outside corner. As you see the freshman Everett, those fastball in there, and Alex Martinez slices that one just foul. Alex Martinez batting .310 on the season, the second baseman.
Caden doing a really good job early, too, getting ahead in the count, working those first pitch fastballs for a strike. Interested to see what he likes to do right here.
Martinez drills this one to deep center. Bethea going back to the track, making the catch. In midway through the track, Martinez put a jolt in that one. Does not have a home run on the season. Almost had his first there to dead center field, the farthest part of the park. Going back to the wind is blowing slightly out. It will not be as much as a factor as it was Saturday when the Blue Jays played Avila, and you could hit a pop-up and it would go out. It's just slightly blowing out. Game time temperature here in Hillsboro, a brisk 63 degrees, as Braden Shrivner puts a dent into this ball. It's going to go over the scoreboard, and it's going to be his second home run on the season, 17th RBI on a first pitch fastball from Caden Everett. The Swedes strike first in the top of the first, 1-0. My goodness. And you can see Shrivner just staying dead red, looking for a first pitch fastball. Got a first pitch fastball, did not miss. Sent that one screaming over the left field wall, over the scoreboard. It's going to bring up Evan Schwab, the catcher, batting .250 on the season. That was back-to-back hard hits by the Swedes. Fastball hitting the outside part of the plate for strike one. Oh, nice. That was that breaking pitch that you were talking about a little bit earlier.
Really good right there. Got to be able to utilize that, especially when you got their 3-4 hitters up early. Can't throw first pitch fastballs a lot of times. Those guys got to be able to work those counts and trust your off speed, whether that be curveball or changeup.
Caden, the freshman from Pratt, Kansas, with an 0-2 count. Another breaking pitch gets Schwab off balance. Leo Aguilar, nice scoop in the dirt to throw to Weems at first base. The Swedes do strike first here on the top of the first with a long fly ball from Scrivener, and we go to the bottom of the first. Blue Jays looking to get that run back. And we're going to go through the Blue Jays starting lineup again before they come up in the bottom of the first. Leading off, the center fielder, Pat Bethea. Pat, first-year starter for the Blue Jays, batting .271 on the young season, has a home run, 8 runs batted in. Matt Johnson batting second, the shortstop. He came into this past weekend batting $180. His batting average is now up to .267 on the season. He added 6 RBIs this weekend, has 11 overall. Batting third is Christian Stone, only batting .196. However, he's second on this Blue Jay team, and with 16 runs batted in, a couple of home runs to go along with that. In the cleanup spot, Kelsey Weems is batting .367, leads the team in home runs, leads the team in RBIs, 5 and 20 respectively. He's playing first base today in place of Josh Jones. Batting fifth is Joey Witkowski. Joey's batting .311 on the season, has 1 home run, which is a huge one this past weekend against Avila to tie the first game of that series up. 7 runs batted in. Then following him is the catcher, Leo Aguilar, batting .267. 3 home runs on the season, just 4 RBI, so a lot of solo shots for Leo. And then following him is Rudy Vasquez, a designated hitter, and he is absolutely scorching hot, batting .379, which leads his Blue Jay clubs, has a pair of home runs and 11 runs batted in. Batting eighth is the right fielder Tanyan Schaefer, who has a healthy .353 batting average, has a home run and 4 RBIs in the season. And then batting ninth is his third baseman Drake Gerard, batting $194. He added a pair of hits in the first game of the past series against Avila, looking to add to that. As you see, Pat Bethea, the junior from Louisville, Texas, approaching the plate. And Dawson, what has really impressed you about Pat this season, seeing the Blue Jays last year and then the Blue Jays again this year? What has really impressed you about his game?
I think his swing has been one of the things that's really impressed me the most overall this season, as well as his speed on the base pass. We had Freddie Walker last year, who was a really fast guy, and when we knew he was graduating last year, we really weren't sure if we could ever get someone like him. But I'd say Pat is at sometimes even better than he was when it comes to swinging the stick as well as in the outfield. He's just super fast, can track down any balls, and very confident at the plate too. And
we saw that in the top of the first inning, able to track a line drive at the edge of the warning track in center field, minimizing the damage to just 1 run. It could be a lot worse than that, as Chase Lorg, the pitcher for the Swedes, talking to Coach Stanford before the game, he is one of their better pitchers, a typical weekend starter. He sits in the upper 80s most of the time with his fastballs, a very impressive arsenal on the season, a .263 earned run average in 24 innings pitched. His peripherals are really solid as well. 24 strikeouts in those 24 innings pitched. He's only given up just 2 home runs. From the windup, he works, and a 2-2 count goes to the leadoff batter for the Blue Jays, Bethea. Lorg is a junior right-hander from Oklahoma. He stands 6'1", 215 pounds. A good frame for the starting Swedes pitcher from the windup. The 2-2 pitch, a breaking ball. Bethea able to stay back on it, fouling away. Do 2-2 again.
Not a bad swing right there by Pat.
Another beautiful day for baseball in Hillsboro as Lorg shakes a few signs. Another breaking pitch, and this time it was low, strike 3. Swinging goes Bethea. Good start by Lorg and the Swedes. Much like Everett in the top of the first, struck out the leadoff hitter for the Swedes. Brings up Matt Johnson. You see his batting average and statistics there. Really hot this past weekend. Coach Stanford said he is key in this Blue Jay lineup. They really need him to get going, get on base, and that is exactly what he did this past weekend. Even the times where he was retired, he was hitting absolute screamers just right at the people in the field.
Yeah, I agree with that. Matt really is a huge part of this team, along with not just being our two-hole hitter as well as being a senior leader for us and being our shortstop, just being able to command the game and be that guy that we look to when it comes to crunch time as being our leader, and I think he is one of our top leaders on this team.
Does have some pop in that bat. Hasn't registered a home run this season, and as you can see, some of Lorg's arsenal, he's putting a lot of breaking pitches as well, mixing it with his fastball, which is in the upper 80s, as we said. Looking really confident out there to start the game. An 0-2 count to Matt Johnson, the Blue Jay shortstop. Fastball fouled away by Johnson. Seemed like Matt was kind of sitting on a breaking pitch, saw the fastball, just fouled it away. Good bat control there by the senior from Wichita.
Both pitchers out of the start of this game, too, both doing a really good job of coming out throwing strikes.
Oh, my goodness, that was a beautiful breaking pitch on the outside part of the plate by Chase Lorg. So 2 quick outs in the bottom of the first inning. This will be a 9-inning game for this KCAC contest. Brings up Christian Stone, senior from Mooresville, North Carolina. 16 RBIs on the season. And Coach Sandiford said his batting average is deceiving as he's one of the best on the team on driving in runs, as you see, based on his total. Second on the team to Kelsey Weems, a cleanup hitter, as the fastball in there. Looking good today from Chase Lorg. First pitch strike, and as you mentioned, getting out there early, throwing first pitch strikes. Just missed at the belt, maybe a little bit outside from Lorg on that fastball. You can tell he marches by the beat of his own drum. He's not afraid to shake off pitch calls that he doesn't like. Definitely has an idea of what he wants to do, and he's absolutely effective in how he does it so far in this game. Throws that one in the dirt, 2-1 count. The Swedes defense played straight up. Wind again slightly blowing out towards center field. That one's going to be called strike, so 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. Blue Jays have yet to have a base runner in their first 3 batters. And that one is going to be a called strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. A good-looking bottom of the first inning for the Swedes pitcher Chase Lorg. We go to the top of the second. The Blue Jays trailing 1-0.
Sooner or later, you might need some extra storage space. When that day comes, Fleming's Mini Store All is ready and waiting. Fleming's Mini Store All has 5 locations and has been serving the Hillsboro and Marion area since 1990. They've got a variety of storage size options and can even handle boats and RVs. To learn more, just visit FlemingsMiniStoreAll.com or give them a call at 620-382-5550. Fleming's Mini Store All, the solution for your storage problems.
Create an estate plan that values what you value. The Biblical Estate Design Service from MB Foundation is a will planning service that brings your faith into the process of preparing a God-honoring estate plan. Many donors of Tabor College have used this service to create their plan and have chosen to leave a gift to the college, a gift that will have a lasting impact on future generations of Tabor students. Learn more at mbfoundation.com/Tabor and get started on your plan today.
MB Foundation, giving
We go to
meaning
the top of
money.
the second here in Hillsboro. Blue Jays trailing by a run. Caden Everett, the freshman on the mound, gave up a home run in the first inning. We're going to have the pitcher for the Swedes leading off this inning after, as you just mentioned a second ago, Dawson, he struck out the side in the bottom of the first inning. I believe he did have a week this year where he was the KCAC pitcher and hitter of the week. You don't see that happen too often. Just a very talented player for Bethany. As a fastball taken outside by Everett. His fastball seems to be popping in the mid-80s today. Not only does Lorg excel on the bump, but he has an OPS of 1.06, which if you're familiar with that statistic, is just slugging percentage and on-base percentage added together, and anything over 1,000 is considered extremely good, and he's well over 1,000 at 1.068. So not only does he excel again on the mound, but at the behind hitting as well, as he fouls that one off 1-2 count.
Not very often you see guys, especially in the college level, that are pitching the same game as well as hitting for their own spot on the DH. I know that. I know we haven't even done it. Even Drake, when he pitches, gets DH'd for still.
Yep. As a fastball just misses the outside part of the plate, would have been strike 3. Umpire not feeling generous here in the early part of the game. But Lorg, I mean, if you take his bat out of the lineup, you take away 5 home runs, which leads the team. Second on the team in RBIs is a sharply hit ball to Christian Stone. Makes that look really easy to Weems at first. First out at the top of the second inning. Good pitch by Everett to retire Lorg. As you see, again, our guys in the replay booth got Dr. Mike Jameson controlling things over there, and Mike McNeil on the replay. Of course, our sports information director, David Ediger, directing all of this, bringing it to you as a breaking pitch in the dirt. Good stop by Aguilar behind the dish. Blue Jay defense playing straight up. Fastball misses just low as Randy Good, the first baseman, batting .211 on the season, digs in, does have 5 RBIs, no home runs.
Don't mind that pitch right there. Caden trying to work really low in the zone. That's good. That's what he needs to do. Staying away from home runs, even with that pitch right there.
Count runs to 3-0 now. Caden on the season as fastball right down the middle. In 10 2/3 innings pitched so far, has walked 5 batters, so it's not a high number, but at times, as you see right there, he does walk a batter every now and again as Good takes first on the base on balls. Runner at first, 1 out, and that's going to be the first base runner technically of the game, as the lone hit was a home run by Scrivener in the first inning.
As you mentioned, the walks, I think that's more right now for him. I think being a young guy, I think that's tough. That's something he's got to learn over time, but I think it's something he definitely can and he'll grow on. He still does a really good job working the zone, and especially being as a freshman, not being afraid to attack hitters.
Yeah. As Donald Dale digs in, it's going to be a ground ball, foul, and adamantly called by the home plate umpire, the Swedes' third base coach, protesting that call. But we go to 0-1 against Donald Dale. Dale batting .214 on the season, 6 runs batted in. You see the umpire very adamantly saying that was foul. Good job on the replays by our guys in the control room.
Very fortunate that ball was foul right there. That could have easily been a 1st and 3rd situation for us.
Everett working from the stretch for the first time in the ball game. Fires that one. Pop to the right side by Dale, maybe in no man's territory. Schaefer going towards the line, makes a nice catch. Throws it into Stone. 2 outs in the inning.
Really good play by Tanyan right there to come across his body and catch that ball, especially after he had to track that down all the way.
You know, it's kind of interesting playing right field here at Tabor, of course, with the short porch in right. It's about 290, I believe, down the right field line. And so it's just really where you play, how to position yourself, how to play caroms off the wall. It's really interesting and an actual skill that Coach Standiford teaches his guys how to play and where to play. As a great breaking ball thrown by Everett to Rancy's Nunez, the right fielder, number 35 for the Swedes.
Really good pitch right there on the inside corner. Did a good job of freezing the batter right there.
So for Everett to be successful going forward, what does he really need to focus on?
Right now, I think he's kind of missing up a little bit with pitches. I think that would be something really important to look at, is working on hitting that fastball down low in the zone.
Oh, that good pitch on an 0-2 count. Nunez was not able to catch up to that high fastball, and the outlet. But for Everett to be successful, we can go.
Yeah, no, I think kind of working low in the zone is something that's going to be really beneficial to him, as well as staying ahead in the count, which he has shown really well. You know, he walked out one guy, but as long as he stays ahead in the count and works well and uses his defense behind him, I think we'll be just fine.
Blue Jays need to get some base runners on, as they are still facing a really good pitcher in Chase Lorg. We go to the bottom of the second. The Swedes leading 1-0. Leading off the bottom of the second is Kelsey Weems, the cleanup hitter, as the Blue Jays went down in order in all via the strikeout in the bottom of the first. Weems leads the team in home runs and runs batted in, second on the team in batting average. Talking about OPS in the top of the second inning, Kelsey Weems' OPS is 1.118, which is ridiculous right now. 42 total bases on the season, is third in the Kansas Collegiate Athletic Conference. First on this club by a substantial margin. I think the next closest player is a good play there as a slow roller to Lorg. Did that perfectly. With Weems running down, I don't know if that goes past him, if Weems can't beat that out, but good play there by Lorg. As you see, it was a slow roller, and Lorg, textbook, running it to first base, underhand throw.
Showing his athleticism on the mound right there.
First ball put in play by Tabor, as Witkowski steps in a righty on lefty matchup. We'll see how Joey faces. First left-handed batter Lorg has faced today, as that ball is outside.
Interested to see if he uses that changeup right here, that righty versus lefty matchup. Try and utilize that best pitch.
Joey fouls that one off to the right side. Joey does hit righties better than he does hit lefty when it comes to his splits, batting at a 390 clip against right-handed batters, 311 overall.
Especially with Joey having a really good week, and interested to see how he's going to do today.
Fouls that one back. Count goes to 1-2. Working very efficiently in the early going is Chase Lorg. Absolutely in his element right now. 1-2 count to Witkowski. A breaking pitch just missing out the outside part of the plate. Count goes to 2-2. It'll be very important for the Blue Jays to get in on Lorg, to get him out. 9-inning game Like to see him out of there by the 4th or 5th inning in an ideal world. Fastball fouled by Witkowski. Oh, they're going to say that he didn't make contact with the ball. It's going to be a strike 3. Witkowski said he did make contact. The ball was not caught by the catcher, so you'd assumed that it was foul tipped. However, can't really tell. Going to have to trust the umpire on that. Skip's out there arguing the call. They're going to get together for a little session on the infield. Are the umpires to talk about what they saw, maybe what they heard. Can't really hear anything from up here. I think all Coach Stanford wanted was the umpire to get a second opinion on the matter. I think they're going to say it was a strikeout, and going to come over for an explanation. Coach Stanford just, saying his piece. Friendly conversation having with the
umpire didn't want any of it. He was just walking away.
It's going to be 2 outs. In the bottom of the 2nd inning, the Blue Jays have gone down in order so far. But it's going to bring up Leo Aguilar, who had a solid weekend. 2 home runs against Avila in that series.
Need Leo to get a start right here with a 2-out hit.
Aguilar came into the weekend batting .211. His batting average has risen to .267 on the season. Takes that breaking pitch for a strike. And Lorg has really mixed his pitch as well. You never know when he's coming with the first pitch, changeup, breaking pitch, or fastballs. That one's over the head of Aguilar.
Very important as a pitcher to be able to mix in your pitches, as well as what Lorg's doing right now is commanding them at any time and any count, whether that be throwing a first pitch curveball or a first pitch fastball. He's doing a really good job. Good call right there. I would have been a little angry if he would have called that.
Leo was able to check his swing, which from I think we have the best vantage point in the house when it comes to check swings and not. Looked like he was able to check his swing. As Aguilar flies this one medium depth to left center field. The left fielder, Christian Healer, has a beat on it, and he's going to be able to catch it. Leo was able to put it in play, but he is retired. The Blue Jays go down in order again in the bottom of the 2nd. We go to the top of the 3rd. Blue Jays trailing by a run, 1-0.
Create an estate plan that values what you value. The Biblical Estate Design Service from MB Foundation is a will planning service that brings your faith into the process of preparing a God-honoring estate plan. Many donors of Tabor College have used this service to create their plan and have chosen to leave a gift to the college, a gift that will have a lasting impact on future generations of Tabor students. Learn more at mbfoundation.com/Tabor and get started on your plan today.
MB Foundation, giving meaning to money.
Top of the 3rd here in Hillsboro, leading off for the 3 Swedes, I should say, is number 33, Christian Healer, who had just made the final out of the bottom of the 2nd inning in left field. Digs in from the left side, facing the right-handed Caden Everett from the windup. Fastball hits right down Broadway for strike 1. Good way to start the top of the 3rd for Caden, who was just allowed 1 hit. However, that 1 hit was a long one, a home run for the Swedes. That's a sharply hit ball to right field, and misplaying it is Tanyan Schaefer, and he's going to allow Christian Healer to advance to 2nd. So a single by Healer. It's going to be scored an error by Tanyan Schaefer in right field, misplaying that hard hit line drive, and it's going to allow him to advance to second. So a runner in scoring position, nobody out. The leadoff hitter gets aboard. It's going to bring up the top of the lineup now. And Justin Bailey. The definition of a table setter right there. Everett now working from the stretch. Bailey, one of the Swedes' best hitters on the season, second on the team in home runs with 3. Takes that one high. Tied for second in runs batted in with 12.
See what Caden can do here with handling a little bit of adversity now, starting with a runner on second, no outs.
You see Matt Johnson playing a little bit closer to the bag, so a big hole on the left side of the infield between Drake and Matt, as you see Everett holding him on. And as this one popped away to the right side, Weems chasing, but it's going to make its way over the fence. See our guys doing great camera work over there. A pretty big game for the Blue Jays as they want to keep pace with the league leaders in the standings. At 3-0 are the Blue Jays. Friends at 4-0, and McPherson at 3-0, along with the Blue Jays. Everett looking back the runner. The runner is going. Now Aguilar would have had a great shot to nab him at third base, but unable to make the transition from his glove to throwing hand. Wasn't able to make that transition. Dropped it. You see, it would have been a bang play at third if he would have been able to make the throw. But runner at third, nobody out. A great opportunity for Bethany College to add another run. And every run is huge at this point because they got Chase Lorg on the mound. And Blue Jays have not been able to solve him so far as a fastball call to strike 2-2. Go to the count. You can see that Bailey was looking for a breaking pitch. Blue Jays playing back, going to concede that run at third base. Breaking pitch, and oh, nice piece of work. Bethea diving grab off his glove. Justin Bailey streaking around first, able to get to second. Bethea almost made a sensational effort to catch that liner to center field. Ricocheted off his glove, and in with a stand-up double is Justin Bailey.
Really good read right there by Pat. Just couldn't get a hold of that ball when he dove for it.
It was a good read, good break. Took a good path to the ball, just unable to make the diving grab. It's going to extend that Swede lead to 2. The third hit of the contest for Bethany is going to bring up Alex Martinez, their second baseman, 0 for 1. Ooh, a breaking pitch. I think it fooled Aguilar. Might have been in there for a strike, but with Aguilar moving up and then coming back down to catch it.
Seems to be some miscommunication there.
Yeah.
I think on pitch calls. That's what I think Leo's going out there to talk to him about right now.
Might have thought it was a fastball. It was a good pitch regardless. I think it fooled both the umpire and Aguilar why it was called a ball. But Martinez in his first plate appearance hit an absolute scorcher to Bethea on the track in center field. So you got to be careful here if you're Everett with a runner at second and nobody out. Bethany threatening again with runner in scoring position, already scoring 1 thanks to that Justin Bailey double just a moment ago.
Got a 1 or 2 here with the runner on second, no outs, and a lefty up to bat. They're going to bunt right here. Drake's creeping in on the third base.
Martinez hits one between the hole and the left side. Bailey had to freeze momentarily to make sure that went through the hole, so he would not score, but runners are at the corners after that. Single by Martinez with nobody out, and it's going to bring up Braden Scrivener. Scrivener was the one that hit the home run over the scoreboard in the bottom of the first inning, so a big bat for the Swedes is coming up with nobody out, and Bethany in good position to keep the inning going.
Caden doing a good job of throwing strikes right now. Just guys for Bethany are putting good swings on it.
Infield at double play depth. Scrivener has not hit into a double play this season. Oh, nice breaking pitch right there. Scrivener, first pitch fastball, his first at bat, and he sent that one over the tree. So Everett adjusting his approach to the third baseman of the Swedes. Another breaking pitch almost hit Scrivener. Through 2 innings, Everett is already up to 37 pitches. As, oh my goodness, watch out in that Swedes dugout. As Scrivener was just a little bit early on that one, bouncing a ball, avoiding all of his teammates in his dugout.
Really big pitch right here for Caden.
1-2 count. Would love a strikeout right here if you're the Blue Jays. Nobody out, runner going from first. This one's flied to shallow center field. It's going to get down, and the runner at third is going to score to hit that one off the end of the bat. The exact opposite of his first at bat when Scrivener sent one over the scoreboard. He hit that one very softly to center field. That fell for a hit, a run scoring hit. So 2 for 2 on the day for Braden with 2 RBIs. Coach Stanford is going to want to take a minute to talk to his freshman pitcher, who has runners at first and second and nobody out. Already 2 runs across here in the top of the 3rd inning. And we're going to take a short break with him as Coach Stanford talks to his team.
See what Caden can do here. Runners on first and second, no out. Be interested to see with your 4-hole coming up what they're going to do right here. Yep.
Bunt foul by number 27, Evan Schwab. Popped out in his first at bat, 0 for 1. Runners at first and second for the Swedes. Weems playing in the grass, looking for a bunt. Pick off a pinch attempt at second. Martinez able to get back safely.
Well, this part right here for Caden now. If they're going to bunt, need to get it out.
Working from the stretch. Ball outside, 1-1 count. Not turning around to bunt was Schwab. Gerard playing deep. At third. So you have to assume that on a bunt attempt, which he's not, and a nice breaking pitch at the belt, called a strike. Count goes to 1-2. Weems backs up with the 1-2 count. Plays behind the bag at first. Martinez and Scrivener on the base pass for the Swedes. Fastball misses outside. Count goes to 2-2. Nobody out still here in the top of the 3rd. 2 runs have already come across the plate for the Swedes, who are now leading 3-0, and their ace on the mound in the form of Chase Lorg, who's looming on deck for the Swedes. Breaking pitch is going to hit the middle part of the plate for a strikeout. A huge pitch there by the freshman to get the first out of the inning. Oh, you see it just drop right there at the last second at the belt on the inside part of the plate. Good pitch there by Caden.
Caden just showing how good his curveball is right there, especially as a freshman.
Pitcher on pitcher right here. As Lorg steps in the right side part of the plate, struck out in his first plate appearance. Sitting, you can tell he's sitting on a fastball, breaking ball in the dirt. Count goes to 1-0. Good eye by Lorg. Big off attempt. Martinez gets back easily at second. Infield playing that double play depth. Coach Stanford said this is one of the best duos in the middle infield defensively that he's seen here in a Tabor uniform. They really are smooth when it comes to turning that double play. That would be exactly what the doctor ordered here. As a
good pitch.
A called strike. I'm not sure if Lorg is able to check his swing, but called strike regardless on a fastball outside. Count goes to 1-1. Good pitch, as you said, by Everett, who is trying to work out of a jam here on the top of the third inning. Working from the stretch, looks back. Martinez at second, delivers to the plate a fastball, and Lorg drills that one. It's going to get down to the right center field gap off the wall. Bethea gets to it quickly, and he's going to be able to get it into Stone. Almost had a play at second to get Lorg, but the pitcher drills a double off the right center field wall. Is going to drive in one. Runners at second and third now for the Swedes. Lorg is going to get a courtesy runner.
Lord just showing what he can do, not only on the mound but up at the plate. Very aggressive, can swing it all across the park. Excuse me.
It was a pretty decent fastball on the outside part of the plate by Everett, but Lorg just showing his power, as you said, driving it to the right center field gap, and Bethany keeps pouring runs across. 3 runs here in the top of the third. They now lead 4-0. 6 hits by the Swedes, so they are absolutely swinging the bats here well in the early part of this 9-inning game. Randy Good, who walked in his first plate appearances to the mound. Everett with the breaking pitch down the heart of the plate, working from the windup now with runners at second and third. Big batter here for Everett, wants to limit that damage. Runners at 2 runners in scoring position, back-to-back breaking pitches.
Really good job right there on that curveball, keeping it down and low in the zone.
The 0-2 count from Everett. What do you think he's going to go with here?
I wouldn't be surprised if there was another 0-2 curveball. Comes with 0-2 fastball. Not a bad pitch either. Change that eye level right there for him.
1-2 count now from Randy Good coming into the contest, batting .211. Does have 5 RBIs in the season, looking to add to that total. Breaking pitch just misses a little bit high above the belt from Everett. 2-2 count now.
Big pitch right here for Caden. Oof.
Breaking pitch, just missing the inside part of the plate last time. Previous one missed high. That one must have been inside just a little bit. So count runs full after getting ahead 0-2, and you can tell that's definitely inside. Good call by the home plate umpire, who's been on top of his stuff today.
Blue Jays bullpen looks like he's getting hot. Jake Speedy down in the pen right now.
As a slow roller down the third base line, the runner at third is going to hold, and Gerard making a great bare-handed play, getting the runner at first. Oh my goodness.
Drake just showing his athleticism right there. What a play right there.
Was a tough play by Drake. Gerard charging with the bare hand, throwing it to first. An absolute strike. Runner at third had to hold. So nobody scored. 2 outs here. Huge play with Donald Dale, the shortstop, coming to the plate.
Important right here for Caden to have that 2-out focus on the mound right now. Attack the hitter.
Interesting that he's changing his approach now. Was from the windup with runners at second and third, now going from the stretch after that batter. Drake showing off his versatility on this team. Versatility, I should say. That bare-handed play throwing an absolute strike. It was a bang-bang play at first. Another breaking pitch. This time it does hit the inside part of the plate. Count goes to 0-2. Working efficiently right now is Everett.
Caden doing a really good job throwing strikes.
Donald Dale 0 for 1 in the contest. Fastball, Dale hits this one to Matt Johnson. Fields it cleanly, a low throw to Weems, able to make the catch low. The damage is done here on the top of the 3rd inning. The Swedes are able to get 3 across. They lead now 4-0 going into the bottom of the 3rd. Bottom of the 3rd innings, you got 7, 8, 9 coming up for the Blue Jays. Need to get something going. They've been retired in order in the first 2 innings. Rudy Vasquez, the left fielder, leading off on the season, leads the team in batting average at .379. Had an absolute whale of a weekend. A couple of home runs. 6 runs batted in. As Chase Lord continues to stay effective on the mound for the Swedes. Fires a fastball right past Vasquez on the first pitch, 0-1. Fastball on the outside part of the plate, 0-2, just like that. I think it's important for the Blue Jays to get Lorg out of his rhythm, get somebody on base to make him work from the stretch. Hasn't been able to do that.
Very easy as a pitcher to get in that zone, especially when you don't have runners getting on. You can get very comfortable in that position.
Fastball taken high by Vasquez, 1-2 count. Shaking off a couple of pitches from the windup. Righty on righty matchup, fast pitch, fastball poked to the right side, a little bit foul.
Rudy doing a good job right there, fighting off that outside corner pitch.
With a 1-2 count, don't know what's coming. He's thrown 4 consecutive fastballs to Vasquez. Down in the count, 1-2 to Lorg. Works for the windup. Breaking pitch this time, Vasquez just missing, getting under it. Popped it to the shortstop. Donald Dale making the catch in short center field. Retires the first out of the 3rd inning. Blue Jays still have yet to have a base runner. As Tanyan Schaefer comes to the plate. Bottom of the lineup for the Blue Jays have a couple of guys with high batting average. See Tanyan with a .353 clip on the season, which is good for 3rd on this Blue Jays club, and Rudy 1st. So bottom of the lineup providing a lot of productivity this season for the Blue Jays so far.
I think that's what makes this team so special, is how well from 1 to 9 our batting is. Whether the 9-hole could be one of our best hitters compared to our 1-hole. Everyone does their job.
And I think with a righty on the mound, Coach Stanford went with a left-handed hitter that's hitting pretty hot, and that's why Weems moved over to first base and Tanyan went to right field, just wanting one more lefty in the lineup to try to infiltrate Chase Lorg, who's absolutely dealing right now. Down 2-0 with 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd inning. As Schaefer pokes out one to the right side, foul.
Good swing right there.
From the windup, fastball poked to the left side now, 2-2 count. A swinging strike 3, down 2-0, comes back to strike out Tanyan Schaefer. 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, just like that. Brings up 9-hole hitter Drake Gerard, who made a fantastic play in the field last half inning to save a run or 2. See his numbers on the season. Did have a couple of hits against Avila to increase his batting average a little bit.
Need Drake to get the Blue Jays started here.
And he was the table setter in the first game against Avila. He was the only Blue Jay hitter to have a hit through 7 inning swing, and a miss right there on the fastball.
Good hack right there.
By Lorg. You can tell that Drake was sitting dead red on that fastball, just missing.
Not seen a lot of first pitch curveballs by Lorg. Drake trying to utilize that. Looks like a changeup right there.
0-2 count. Only 37 pitches in the contest from Lorg. Fastball missing outside. 1-2 count. Good eye by Gerard right there.
Got to find a way to get him out of his groove right here.
Still working from the windup, shaking off a couple of pitches. Fastball just missing on the outside part of the plate. A couple of Swede players running towards the dugout, go back to their respective positions with the 2-2 count. I think if the Blue Jays were pitching, they would want that call as well. And Gerard grounds this one to the third base side. Good play there by Scrivener to gobble up the grounder. And again, the Blue Jays go down in order for the 3rd consecutive innings. Zeros across the board for the Blue Jays. They go to the top of the 4th, trailing 4-0 to the Bethany College Swedes.
Think about how good it feels when people really get you. Like the friends who come over when a big game is on, the neighbors next door who always bring your favorite buffalo dip, your in-laws who know you need silence during the clutch plays, and everyone who knows about your special post-win fist bump. It's kind of like having a State Farm agent like Paul Brooks. Paul is here to get to know you and understand your life, so he can help make it easy for you to protect what's important. Get an agent that gets you and your fist bumps. Call State Farm agent Paul Brooks in Wichita at 316-721-8181.
Back here in the top of the 4th inning in Hillsboro, as you see the shot of the Pinner Clubhouse, a fantastic facility this baseball team has here on campus. You see their dugout is linked to that. We are in there calling the game. Nice air conditioning up here when it's cold. We got the heat on when it's hot. Got the cold on. Just a luxury that we have here in Hillsboro as the Swedes are coming to the plate in the form of Rances Nunez, who's 0 for 1. Called strike there as Caden Everett still on the mound for the Blue Jays. The freshman battling the Swedes lineup. Breaking pitch, swing and a miss by Nunez.
Really good pitch right there by Caden.
Nunez struck out in his first appearance at the plate.
Deep.
From the windup, fastball a little bit high. Good pitch there on 0-2. He's done that a couple of times, gone high with the fastball. He struck out one batter looking. Believe it might have been Nunez actually. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Good stop by Aguilar. Bobbles the ball. He's not able to get it to first in time, so a strikeout by Everett. However, Leo Aguilar unable to corral the ball in the dirt, and there's going to be a runner at first. Nobody out here for the 9-hole hitter, Christian Healer, who led off the top of the 3rd inning with a single to right field, advanced to second on an error. So another base runner here for the Swedes. That's a play they'd want back.
Always hard in a pitch.
Runner going, first pitch. Aguilar going to throw down to second high, airmail it to center field, and Nunez, who struck out to start the inning, is now standing on third base, nobody out, with Healer at the plate. That is just not what you want if you're the Blue Jays. That's gonna just an unfortunate roll.
Nunez showing off his speed right there. Very quick guy.
Ball in the dirt, count goes to 1-1.
Ball outside, just missed the corner right there. Really good pitch by Caden.
Caden now battling with a runner at third from the windup. It's going to be just missing. Might have been called low, might have been called outside. Count runs to 3-1 to Christian Healer. He's batting .302 on the season, raised that batting average a little bit with the single in the third. Breaking ball misses in that same spot. So runners at the corner now, top of the lineup. Justin Bailey, who doubled in his most recent at bat with an RBI already in the contest, coming to the plate, top of the lineup for the Swedes. So Everett going to have to work out of a jam once again.
Not really sure where those last three pitches were. Looked pretty good from our angle over here.
Second walk of the game for Everett, who worked out of a runners at second and third with one out jam last inning. Did give up 3 runs, so 4 runs already on the board for the Swedes. Working from the stretch now, breaking pitch misses outside to Justin Bailey. Everett did strike out the batter to start the inning, but a wild pitch was able to let the runner reach, who's now at third. Runner at first in form of a walk. So opportunity here for the Swedes to add to their lead. Pickoff attempt to first.
Pickoff move right there.
Healer is able to get back in time. Bailey hits this one an absolute ton to right center field and just keep adding on the runs for the Swedes. 3 more are going to cross the plate on that Justin Bailey home run, his 4th of the season, his 13th, 14th, and 15th RBIs, and the Swedes are in a comfortable lead here in Hillsborough on the top of the 4th inning. Going to bring up 2-hole hitter Alex Martinez, a second home run for the Swedes today. And the Blue Jays in a hole early. Swedes are absolutely swinging their bat. Martinez swings and missing on that pitch, 0-1 count. Missing on that breaking pitch, count runs to 1-1. So 3 runs already this inning, 3 runs in the third, 1 in the first, resulting in a 7-0 score. Blue Jays have committed 3 errors uncharacteristically, haven't had a base runner yet in the contest. No base runners for the Blue Jays. The Swedes have had 12 base runners. And a diving attempt by Matt Johnson, unable to catch that one, and the hits just keep coming in here for Bethany College as Alex Martinez, with his second hit of the game, he's 2 for 3, singles to this hole in the left side. He's going to bring up Braden Scrivener. He's 2 for 2, a single and a long ball. That one was back in the top of the first inning to get the scoring started for the Swedes, and the scoring has not stopped as they lead 7-0. Runners at first.
Bethany just showing how dominant their bats are right now. They're swinging the ball really well.
Breaking pitch misses just outside. I think they're going to call a balk.
Must not came set. I wasn't watching right there.
Yeah, if we can get that rewinded a little bit more, kind of see if he came set. Nonetheless, runner in scoring position, a common theme here early on for the Swedes. Fastball misses up high by Everett. His pitch total rising here in the top of the 4th inning. Nobody out. And breaking pitch almost hitting Scrivener in the head.
Caden losing a little focus on the mound right now. Needs to work on getting himself collected. Start finding that zone again.
Two-one count to Braden Scrivener. Caden Everett working from the stretch, runner at second. Fires a fastball, and there's Scrivener, a slow roller, a good play by Stone. Thought about going to third to try to throw out Martinez, but he goes to first to retire the first out of the inning. Scrivener now 2 for 3. He's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, Evan Schwab.
Stone doing a good job right there, coming and getting that baseball, making sure that we get one out right there.
Schwab is 0 for 2 with a couple of Ks.
Good first pitch right there by Caden.
The Blue Jay infield is playing in on the grass. They don't want to concede another run. With 1 out, Martinez at third, Schwab at the plate. Grounds this one right to Johnson. So the Blue Jays played the defense in and worked out perfectly. They don't concede that run. Johnson would have been playing back. He would have had absolutely no chance to throw him out at home, but he was right to Johnson. Good play there by the senior. See the runner scampering back to third. Aguilar pointing to throw to first. Going to bring up Chase Lorg, who is 1 for 2 with a ringing double off the right field wall back in the 3rd inning. And a nice breaking pitch there by Everett. Swing and miss by Lorg, the Swedes pitcher. Fastball missing the outside part of the plate. 1-1 with 2 outs. Runners at third. Everett has worked from the windup at times with runners at third, but electing to work from the stretch here against Lorg. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Good stop by Aguilar. Ball hit on the plate. Saving a run there potentially with that stop.
Leo working really hard back there. Good pitch right there, high fastball.
2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to the pitcher, Chase Lorg. Almost like a Shohei Ohtani for the Angels, two-way player, as Lorg drives this one to center field. Medium death, though. Bethea has a read on it with the sun gleaming down. It makes the catch in stride. And that's going to retired here at the top of the 4th, but 3 runs come across due to the big blast by the center fielder, Justin Bailey. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Blue Jays looking for their first base runner. They trail 7-0. leads us to the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-2-3 coming up for the Blue Jays. Second time through the order for Chase Lorg. You know, I don't even think he's broke a sweat out there. He's absolutely dealing for the Swedes. Not even a base runner has reached base, and we're here in the bottom of the 4th. Blue Jays trailing by 7 runs. Bethea struck out in his first plate appearance. Looks that one in the dirt. Everett has gone 3 innings pitched. No, I beg your pardon. Lorg has gone 3 innings pitched. Only 41 total pitches in those 3 innings. Working very efficiently here. Bethea pops that one up out of play to the right side on top of the Pinner clubhouse. In those 3 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts. He was averaging 9 strikeouts per 9 innings coming into the contest. He's increased that average with 5 strikeouts through 3 here. Called strike on the outside part of the plate. And he's in a pristine opportunity to add to that total strikeouts with the 1-2 count to Pat Bethea.
Doing a really good job of getting ahead in the count, staying ahead. Haven't seen him in very many counts where he's down.
Bethea grounds that one to the third baseman. Scrivener makes a great throw to first to retire the first out of the bottom of the 4th inning.
Got to get started this inning on working on putting some pressure here on Lorg.
The way things are going, the Blue Jays, Lorg may go the distance here. He's working efficiently. Pitch count's not too high. Working from the windup against Johnson, who struck out his first plate appearance. Looking at that fastball that grazed the outside part of the plate. Count goes to 0-1. Again, the 4th home baseball game of the season for the Blue Jays, and the 4th game has been beautiful weather here in Hillsboro. As Johnson waves and misses at that pitch, 0-2 count, 1 out.
Like we mentioned before, Lorg just doing a really good job getting ahead in the count, staying ahead, as he's already got the next guy down 0-2 right here.
Johnson puts that in play, a weak fly ball to the shallow center field. Martinez makes a great play in the Bermuda Triangle. The shortstop, Donald Dale, and Martinez, the second baseman, and the center fielder, Justin Bailey, all were converging, and that is not as easy as it looks. That was a heck of a grab by the second baseman, robbing Matt Johnson of a single.
Really good play right there.
Brings up Christian Stone, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Takes a breaking pitch in at the belt for a called strike. Top of the 4th here in Hillsboro, and it has been all Bethany College Swede so far, as Stone pops this one up almost in the same spot. Nancy's Nunez misses that one. It's going to be charged in error, as Stone was hustling the entire time. What a play.
Stone kicking in that second gear right there to get the second.
Should have been an easy catch for Bethany. It's going to be charged in error, so the Blue Jays still yet to register a hit. But they get their first base runner of the contest. As you see Stone, what a heck of a job that was, just hustling all the way out of the box. The sun may have played a factor in that with Nunez. It's going to bring up Kelsey Weems, the cleanup hitter for the Blue Jays. Kelsey, 0 for 1. I think he flew out. No, beg your pardon, grounded out to the pitcher back in the second. So runner in scoring position here at the Blue Jays. Unfamiliar territory so far today. First time working out of the stretch for Lorg, so let's see if that interrupts his rhythm that he had going. Fastball outside to the backstop. First pitch from the stretch is going to advance the runner to third. See you get all the way back to the backstop there. Christian Stone advancing to third. 2 outs, however. So let's see if Weems can get something going at the dish. Lorg actually now back to the windup with a runner at third. So, and he fires a ball, just missed the outside part of the plate. So count goes to 2-0. Hitters count for Kelsey.
Really good eye right there by Kelsey. Not taking at that pitch. A win.
Kelsey trying
Really
to send
good
that one
swing.
into the trees in left field. Waved and misses. Count goes to 2-1.
I think Kelsey was swinging for a 7-0 or 7-up run.
Yeah.
Run right there.
Fastball is going to miss just barely. Lorg wanted that one. Count goes to 3-1 with 2 outs. But runner got a couple of bases open. It might not be the worst option to walk Williams, who is the Blue Jays' best power hitter in this lineup. And waves and misses at that one. Count runs full. So the payoff pitch coming up just in a moment from Lorg. Power on power right here.
Kelsey looking for his pitch.
And waving and missing at that one. Blue Jays put a runner on third due to an error by the Swedes, but nothing to show for it. 0 runs here through 4 innings by Tabor, trailing going to the top of the 5th, 7-0.
Responsibility, sportsmanship, and servant leadership during competition in the classroom, on campus, and in the... Now pitching for the Blue Jays, number 17, Riley Olson.
Riley Olson finally back on the mound for the Blue Jays with a 2.50 ERA. He just came back from an injury. Was struggling with some elbow problems, and now he finally got him back. This season, Riley has thrown 18 innings. Does a really good job of staying ahead in the count. A really good job this year in his senior season at being a leader for us. Trying to work through a 7-0 deficit right here.
Six, 7, 8 coming up for the Swedes. Randy Good, the first baseman, coming to the plate. He goes going to ground this one to Matt Johnson, who makes a nice, easy play. Just flips it on over to Weems. Good start here for Riley Olson. 1 pitch, 1 out. That is what the doctor ordered. Donald Dale coming to the plate, the shortstop for Bethany. And as you said, it's nice to have Riley back with starting early on in the season, coming out of the pen today. Fastball hits the outside part of the plate.
I believe Riley's one of the top guys in the KCAC right now in opponent batting average, too.
Yep. Breaking pitch low, has 5 walks in those 18 innings pitched. Just 6 strikeouts, so he's a contact pitcher.
Does a really good job staying low in the zone. Good pitch right there. One-two pitch.
Olsen going right at the bottom of this Swedes lineup. Breaking ball hits the bottom part of the zone. Strike 3 called. Olsen 7th strikeout on the season. Nice breaking pitch. Freezing Donald Dale right there, right at the knees. Maybe a favorable call by the umpire. Might have been a little low. However, go to Rances Nunez, the right fielder. He struck out twice. However, he reached base last inning as he swings and misses at that one.
Riley showing how good his curveball can be too.
Nunez does have some pop. He has hit 2 bombs this season, 10 RBIs. However, he leads this Bethany College team in strikeouts. Pitch low, 1-2 count. Tabor needs a quick inning here. Got 2 outs, 1-2 count. Olsen delivers fastball a little bit low. Count runs to 2-2. Need to get the bats going as they trail it by 7 here through 4 innings so far. We are in the top of the 5th.
See him coming back here with a curveball.
Missing on the outside part of the plate. Count runs to 3-2.
Doing a good job staying just around the zone right now too. Strike 3. Really good curveball right there by Riley.
1-2-3 inning. Tabor really needed that one. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Tabor trailing by 7.
Sooner or later, you might need some extra storage space. When that day comes, Fleming's Mini Store All is ready and waiting. Fleming's Mini Store All has 5 locations and has been serving the Hillsborough and Marion area since 1990. They've got a variety of storage size options and can even handle boats and RVs. To learn more, just visit FlemingsMiniStoreAll.com or give them a call at 620-382-5550. Fleming's Mini Store All, the solution for your storage problems.
Leading off for the Blue Jays, left fielder number 6, Joey Witkowski.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th inning for the Blue Jays is Joey Witkowski. Flew out in his first at-bat. Blue Jays finally got their first base runner last inning, but they have yet to register a hit as Witkowski rolls out one of the first baseman off his chest. Is going to flip to the pitcher, Lorg, who did a good job covering, showing off his athleticism from the mound. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Chase Lorg is absolutely dealing now for Bethany College. Leo Aguilar coming to the plate. He hit a long fly ball in his first at-bat. See if Lorg comes with some breaking pitches early, as Aguilar was on his fastball in his first at-bat. As there it is, breaking ball right in there for a strike from Lorg. Blue Jays, their 2nd time through the order. The Swedes are already working on their 3rd time through the order. Defense plays straight up. The right fielder Nunez with his heels on the track in right. And there is a hit by pitch. Blue Jays would take that graciously from Lorg. As Aguilar gets on first, a courtesy runner, Brandon Riggles, is going to pinch run for Aguilar. Riggles has 4 stolen bases and 4 attempts on the season, a speedy base runner for the Blue Jays. So Blue Jays have a runner on first, 1 out, with Rudy Vasquez coming to the plate. Rudy flew out in his first at bat. Lorg working from the stretch. His second pitch from the stretch, and the ball game goes outside. The first pitch went all the way back to the backstop. So a 1-0 count here for Rudy, who coming into the contest was leading the Blue Jays in batting average at .379, a couple of home runs, 11 runs batted in, had a great weekend here against Avila to open conference play. And Vasquez hits this one, a fly ball to deep center field, but the center fielder has a beat on it. It's going to drop down to the track. Riggles had to stay at second to wait till it fell down, but Rudy Vasquez is going to be in there at second with a stand-up double. The center fielder, Justin Bailey, was having a hard time battling the sun in deep center. He dove on the track, unable to corral it, and Vasquez continues his torrid stretch at the plate. Another extra base hit, his 5th extra base hit in 4 days. And the Blue Jays have runners in scoring position with Vasquez at second, Riggles at third, and Tanyan Schaefer coming to the plate. You see his batting average coming into the contest at .353. He's 0 for 1 today. And a fastball just hitting the bottom part of the zone. That was the first hit of the day for the Blue Jays, finally getting in that hit column. See that one almost inside, but umpire called it a strike. Schaefer fouls that one back, so quickly in a hole, 0-2. Got to put the ball in play here with runners at third with less than 2 outs. Got to manufacture runs any way you can. And to see him on top of that fastball. And Lord working from the stretch with runners on second and third. Only time the Blue Jays have been able to do anything off of Lorg is from the stretch. He threw one back to the backside, which advanced the runner from second to third. And Vasquez was able to hit that deep double to center field when Lorg was pitching from the stretch. So here he is to Schaefer, but he's ahead 0-2. As Schaefer grounds this one to the right side, it's going to score a run. Holding at third is Vasquez. A good job there by the third base coach, Jake Jones. Nunez was coming in very quickly on that ground ball, but an 0-2 count to Schaefer. He's able to ground it through the hole to the right side, score a run, and continue the 1-out rally here. Runners at the corners.
Really good job by Tanyan right there. Just utilizing that 0-2 count and being able to know that he needed to put the ball in place so we can score a run.
Blue Jays finally get a run scored, and it comes in the 5th inning. And they're honestly their first chance to do any damage against Lorg. Drake Gerard 0 for 1. He grounded out to the third baseman way back in the 3rd inning. Lorg from the stretch. Schaefer, a speedy base runner, takes his lead off first, ball outside. And again, Lorg from the stretch has not been as effective today as he has been from the windup. He's just been so efficient and stellar today that he just hasn't had to pitch out of the stretch much. Just from the windup, retired the first 12 hitters in order.
Really good opportunity right here for Drake to get a run.
Fastball on the outside part of the plate, 1-1. Again, you want to put the ball in play here. Don't want to strike out with runners at first and third and 1 out. Manufacturing runs.
Or even worse, hitting to a double play.
Yep. Gerard hits this one to the right side. It's going to get down for a hit. Nunez chasing for it in the corner. Schaefer on his way to third. Gerard stays at first with a single, and the Blue Jays score 2 runs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Runners at the corner, and the top of the lineup coming up with 1 out.
Drake also doing a good job right there, taking the pitch where it was. Got a fastball outside right there. Not getting too greedy, trying to turn on it, just doing a good job of throwing his bat out there and making a good swing on that pitch.
Yeah, as you said, very patient at the plate. He just drove it. He didn't try to do too much as a mound visit coming by. The Swedes, they would really love for Lorg to get off the mound one of the better pitchers in this Kansas Collegiate Athletic Conference. As you see right there, Gerard, a pitch down and away, just going with it. Did a great job there. The sophomore from Midlothian, Texas. And just a mound visit.
So there's nothing in the pen right now.
Head coach Olin Ortiz in his first year as the Bethany College coach just wants to talk it over with his pitcher and catcher. I think the umpire coming out there to break up the hurrah. Oh, nope, just kidding.
Maybe so, just taking a nice little wide turn to get in there.
Taking one of those North Carolina right turns.
The first and third situation, too, important for Pat here to make sure he doesn't ground into a double play.
Even if he does hit a grounder, he grounded out to the third baseman in his most recent at-bat. I don't think there's a high chance of Pat getting a double play turn on him with his speed.
Oh, and Drake's speed, too. Could see an opportunity to steal right here.
Third base and playing deep. Might see a squeeze here. See what the blue. Nope. As Bethea absolutely nails that one. Look out to the car oncoming. Bounced right over it. Didn't even break. I don't know if they saw it. Maybe they just didn't flinch. But Bethea on top of that fastball, sitting dead red way in front of it. See what Lord decides to do here. 0-1.
Lord kind of getting greedy with his fastball. Been throwing a lot of first pitch fastballs. I think our lineup's starting to see that.
Pitch misses just outside. And you could hear the chirping from the Bethany dugout. They really wanted that call. 1-1, it goes to count. One's across the board with one out. You see the defense playing up. Middle infield in double play depth. Pickoff attempt to Gerard. Shortstop actually playing closer to the hole to the left side.
Outfield very deep, too. They know Pat's strength.
Center fielder actually just a couple of steps from the track in center field. So, yeah, as you said, defense playing deep. Pat and just hit a little blooper in there, score a run, keep this thing moving. Time called by Pat. Nunez at the track in right field. The left fielder, Healer, just a couple of steps from the track. So, very deep. Wind non-existent right now for the rare moment. No wind here in Hillsboro. As Bethea pops this one up out of play. On top of the fastball, but just popped it out of play. Count is going to go to 1-2. Got to choke up on the bat a little bit right here.
Kind of do what Tanny did. Have that two-strike approach right here. Take the ball where it's thrown.
Blue Jays have 3 hits here on the bottom of the 5th innings, have scored 2 runs, and they're not done yet. Runners at the corner, 1 out. Lorg from the stretch, 1-2 count to Pat. Bethea, pickoff attempt to Gerard at first. He scampers back safely. We'll do the 1-2 count again here from Lorg from the stretch. Breaking pitch, Bethea right on it. There's going to be a chance to turn 2.
Oh,
might have came off the bag.
Oh, I don't know about that.
The throw from Martinez to the shortstop, Donald Dale, looked like it potentially threw him off the bag, but the umpire had a good view of it. We'll see it right here. Martinez went to his left, and you can't really see it from that angle if he came off the bag or not. Nonetheless, the Blue Jays tack on another as Bethea was safe at first. Runner at third scored, so 3 runs on the board here in the bottom of the 5th inning with Matt Johnson, who struck out twice today, up to the plate. Bethea, who's a speed demon on the base path, scampers back on the pickoff attempt as 10 stolen bases on the season, leads this Blue Jay club.
Once again, Pat doing a really good job of having a team AB at-bat approach right there, doing a good job putting it in play.
Breaking ball misses just a little bit high. You know, opponents haven't really tried to run much. Oh, I beg your pardon. As I was looking at the Blue Jay statistics there, against Bethany, teams have 34 stolen bases on the season, so you can run against this club. As Johnson hits this one high and deep to left center field.
That's gone.
And the Blue Jays have exploded for 5 runs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Matt Johnson struck out twice to start this game, and he, the 3rd time through the order, puts an absolute beautiful swing on that ball, sent it into the airstream over the scoreboard in left field, and you can hear the excitement from the Blue Jay dugout.
Matt finally got his home run right there. Saturday, Sunday, he was swinging the bat really well, had a couple of balls that went over that were foul, and just finally got that one in play.
And I said the wind was non-existent just a moment ago. It is picked up here right before that swing by Johnson is blowing towards left center field. So just like that, Blue Jays down 7-0. Now trail by just 2, 7-5 is the 9-inning ball game today. As Lorg, who was looking brilliant early on, giving up 5 earned runs here in the bottom of the 5th inning as Christian Stone watches a strike called.
Once again, our lineup just showing how lethal they can be, whether that be from leadoff to 9. Doing a great job of just having team ABs, team approaches, and then being able to let our guys in the 2-3 hole spot just do their job.
And it's really about the adjustment that this Tabor team makes at the plate. Coach Stanford and company does a great job talking to their hitters to what to expect and how to adjust their approach at the plate. Struggled the first 2 times through the order, but now the 3rd time through the order, we talked about that a little bit this past weekend. The 3rd time through the order, pitchers really struggle at times because batters do make adjustments. They've seen the pitcher twice already. So as you see, a Blue Jays 3rd time through the order, 5 runs scored as Stone. The breaking pitch outside, count goes to 1-2. And just like that, Chase Lorg's pitch count is up to 76 pitches on the afternoon. And I think that almost grazed Christian on the helmet. Able to be athletic and mobile, getting out of the way. 2s across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As you see it right there, almost a wake-up call, right, Christian? Does have 2 home runs on the season. 11 home runs in his Blue Jay career. Does the Mooresville, North Carolina native. Their 3-hole hitter, 2nd on the team, and actually I believe he might be leading the team in RBIs. Beg your pardon, Kelsey Weems leads the team in RBIs. Christian 2nd on the team with 16. Lorg now working from the windup as Stone waves and misses at that one. But the damage is done here in the 5th inning. The Blue Jays score 5, now trail by 2, 7-5. We go to the top of the 6th here in Hillsboro.
Austin Mickles making his debut on the mound right here for Tabor at home. Coming in, the 6'4" Utah native. He's currently thrown in 9 2/3 of an inning. ERA, or actually, excuse me, that's his ERA, 9.82. Done a pretty good job this year. Only thrown in a couple innings, so that's why his ERA looks so high. Done a really good job working those pitches away. A left-handed guy on the mound, just a really big body out there. Throws pretty hard, as well as works in a really good curveball and changeup. Good first pitch right there. Fastball outside. Another good pitch. Doing a good job so far, coming in, throwing strikes. Working ahead at an 0-2 count already. Important to have a quick inning right here after that 5-run inning. Just like that, an 0-2 curveball for strike 3. Really good pitch right there by Mickles.
Ooh, you can hear the excitement in the Tabor dugout right now.
Has the energy changed?
Oh, how the turntables.
Great job right there by Mickles, just coming in.
Reference from The Office. you gotta look. Listen. Oh, Mickles looking good out there. First pitch ball. Okay, well.
We're on the radio.
And in case you didn't get that reference just a moment ago, I was quoting The Office there. We had our sports information director, David Edgar, questioning my comment as the count goes to 1-1.
Good quote. Why use many word when few word do trick?
For all those Office fans out there, ball in the dirt goes to 2-1.
Kevin Malone.
And speaking about those guys in the control room, they do a fabulous job bringing you the broadcast, giving you all the camera angles, headed by Coach David Edgar. As that ball's ripped into center field, it's going to be a single.
Good swing right there.
For Justin Bailey, his second consecutive hit. Hit a home run in his previous at-bat, and he's having a good day today. 2 for 3, 4 home runs on the season, 15 runs batted in. It's going to bring up Alex Martinez. Martinez, in his first at-bat, skied very deeply to center field. He had his 2 consecutive hits, so he's 2 for 3 in the contest.
Good opportunity for Mickles with a lefty up the play. Have a lefty-lefty matchup.
And it's weak fly ball down the right field line is going to get down. Daniel Schaefer gets to it very quickly. He's going to hold the runner at first, but Bailey's able to scamper to first to third. So runners at the corners here. Top of the 6th for Bethany. They are threatening to score here after seeing their 7-0 lead cut to 2, 7-5.
Really good job right there by Tannen in order to get to that ball and getting it in quick. Saved a run right there.
And I beg your pardon, Justin Bailey's now 3 for 4 in the contest, as well as Alex Martinez, is top of the Swede lineup, doing absolute damage to this Blue Jay pitching staff.
Really big at-bat right here from Mickles to go right after, try to get a ground ball double play, just as he might do right there.
Oh, and Matt Johnson just a little premature with the flip. Unable, the Blue Jays almost had a double play turn, but Johnson just premature with the flip, and a run scores. Runners now again at the corner, and just 1 out. And this ball is lifted at right center field gap. That's going to get down for an extra base hit. Bethea plays it beautifully off the wall. It's going to be a bang-bang play at second. Stone cuts it off, gives it to this, and he's going to be called safe. So the Swedes answer ferociously back here on the top of the 6th inning. Just like that, they extend their lead to 9-5, and still are threatening with 2 outs after retiring the first batter via the strikeout. Austin Mickles has given up a couple of hits and 2 runs as Schwab gets his first hit of the contest, an extra base hit, a double, RBI to go along with that. Also an error just a moment ago has allowed this inning to continue.
Just goes to show how much errors can kill you in this game.
Blue Jays have already committed 4 errors here through 5 1/3 innings of work. Don't like to see that out of your defense, which had played so well early on. Hey, nursing CAS, get on it. As we get the base path fixed, we will take a short break here in Hillsboro. Blue Jays trailing by 4, 9-5.
Create an estate plan that values what you value. The Biblical Estate Design Service from MB Foundation is a will planning service that brings your faith into the process of preparing a God-honoring estate plan. Many donors of Tabor College have used this service to create their plan and have chosen to leave a gift to the college, a gift that will have a lasting impact on future generations of Tabor students. Learn more at mbfoundation.com/Tabor and get started on your plan today.
MB Foundation, giving meaning to money.
Right field wall. First base is open, however. This bottom of the Swede lineup after Lorg hasn't really produced anything today, so it might be smart for Mickles to pitch around him as he brings that breaking pitch right into the strike zone. 1-1 count.
Good pitch right there on the outside corner, breaking pitch.
Lefty on righty matchup. As this one's driven and past a diving Gerard, and it's going to score 1. They're going to hold the runner at third as Chase Lorg delivers his second RBI hit of the contest, and the Swedes, just like that, extend their lead to 5, 10-5. So Blue Jays excited in the bottom of the 5th inning, scoring 5 to cut the lead to 2. They see that deficit extend to 5, and we're going to have a mound meeting here, and again we are going to take a short break. We'll be right back to you after this Sherry Fleming mound visit.
Batting for the Swedes, first baseman number 23.
Randy Good coming to the plate for the Swedes with runners at the corners, 1 out. Double play depth is the infield. Mickles fires right past Good, swinging strike, foul tip, strike 1. Good start here for Mickles. 3 runs have scored this inning. There was an error committed a little early on. Had the opportunity to get out of the inning without a run scored, but 3 runs are already across and only 1 out and 1 runner in scoring position for the Swedes, looking to extend that lead. They've come into Hillsboro and they are swinging the bats well. 12 hits already and 10 runs scored. Scored 20 runs over the weekend against Oklahoma Wesleyan, winning that game by a score of 20-14 as a nice pitch right there by Mickles to get ahead of the count 0-2.
Good job. Important AB right here for Mickles to get through.
Want to try to keep the ball low in the zone to try to induce that double play.
Good. Ooh, I don't know where that pitch was.
Good defensive play there by Kelsey Weems. It was a low throw, snap throw back to first base. In the grass was the throw, but Weems really bodied that up, showing off his ability to not only play outfield as he did against Avila all weekend long, but to play first base. I think he's a first baseman by trade, but he's played a little bit of outfield, and he's done that really well this year as Mickles. Breaking pitch to Good, fouls it to the left side.
Kelsey also came in. I think Kelsey came in as a shortstop. Truly.
Oh, wow.
Yep, and kind of worked him around, played a little short, then we moved him to first, and then he found his calling in the outfield. He's done a really good job out there too, but now showing just how athletic he can also be at first base too.
And this one could be a double play ball. Johnson off his chest. He's going to have to go to the short way, and Weems unable to dig it out. Second error of the inning. The scorer's run, it allows the runner to advance all the way to third base. So runners at the corners once again. And another run scored, and another error that could have resulted in an inning-ending double play. Prolongs the inning and the misery for this Blue Jay team.
Couple back-to-back really tough hops right there on Matt. Over at short, kind of eating him up.
And this ball is going to be popped up by Donald Dale. Medium depth in the outfield, however, it's going to be deep enough to score the runner at third, which shows how costly those two errors this innings have been. So just like that, the Blue Jays score 5 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Swedes get each and every one of those runs back here on the top of the 6th. They lead again by 7, 12-5. Bringing up Rances Nunez, who's 0 for 3 in the contest. Swinging and missing in that one. Nunez has yet to see a pitch he has not liked. He struck out 3 times. Has 7 swinging strikes. So a good pitch by Austin Mickles. Actually, all 5 of these runs scored are probably going to go all as Nunez rockets that one to right field. And it's going to get all the way to the wall. Tanian Schaefer gets to it quickly. He's going to throw it in. Throw's going to come into Stone. Another run will score. And now runners at second and third for Nunez's first hit of the contest. An extra base hit is going to extend that lead to 8. Going back to Mickles, none of these runs will be earned more than likely this inning, considering those 2 errors that could have resulted in double plays. The first one, Blue Jays could have got out of the inning without giving up a run. Mickles started off the inning with a strikeout, and then all that damage done with 1 out. Now 2 outs, and coming to the plate, I believe. There's going to be a pinch hitter coming in for Bethany. Number 9, Daniel Morgan, the senior utility man out of Bloomington, Indiana. Can't check his swing at that one, 0-1 count.
Mickles doing a good job throwing strikes right now. Just not getting any help behind him with his defense. And it makes it hard as a pitcher with bringing pitch counts up. When that does happen, got to throw more pitches, use more energy. A really good pitch right there. Not really sure where that was.
Yep, not sure where that pitch was. Just missed somewhere. It's a 2-1 count with 2 outs, and Bethany playing very well here in Hillsboro. And Mickles fires a strike in there, 2-2 count. Blue Jays play Morgan straight up. But Swedes against threatening to add more runs to this already productive top of the 6th inning for them. They've scored 5 runs here. And Morgan fouls that one back to stay alive at 2-2. Mickles would love nothing more than to get out of this nightmare of an inning for him. Not that it's been bad for him as a pitcher. A couple of errors behind him have been very costly, but 5 runs have come across the plate. And he strikes out his second batter of the inning, but the damage is done here in the top of the 6th. The Blue Jays now trail again by 7, 12-5. As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, Blue Jays need to get to work. Chase Lorg still on the mound for Bethany. Started the game really efficient, retiring the first 12 Blue Jay hitters. Gave up 5-piece last inning. The Blue Jays were able to get to him. Let's see if they can duplicate that as a success as he fires a fastball on the outside part of the plate for a strike. Kelsey Weems coming to the plate. Weems swings and misses that one. Quickly down 0-2. Lorg aggressively attacks him.
Good swing right there by Kelsey.
This is going to be Lorg's 80th pitch of the game, so still his pitch count is down. He might have 1 or 2 innings left. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be a 9-inning game unless the Swedes are able to extend their lead to 10 after 7. Then there will be a 10-run rule here in Hillsborough as Lorg shakes off a couple of pitches, finds one that he likes in the 1-2 count as Weems fouls this one out of play. From the windup, the 1-2 count, fastball, and Weems drills this one deep to left field. And forget about that one into the trees as Weems pimps that one. Knew it right off the bat.
Kelsey doing a really good job staying patient right there, finding his pitch and even hitting it out. Great swing. Got to bring that energy up right now.
On a 1-2 count, Weems was sitting fastball. You like to see that out of your cleanup hitter. Maybe that will get the Blue Jays going here in the 6th. As a long ball by Kelsey Weems over the left field pinch, a breaking pitch, misses the outside part of the plate by Lorg, and he was asking where that one missed. I'm not sure where it missed either, but called a ball, 1-0. Working from the windup here. Blue Jays have tagged Lorg for 6 runs in the last inning. Called strike on that one, the fastball. That is Kelsey's team-leading 6th home run on the season, his 21st run batted in, which is also the team leader in that category. Lorg from the windup, a 2-1 count to Witkowski. A fastball just misses in that same spot. Lorg not happy about that call either. Count runs to 3-0.
Umpire not really liking that low and away pitch for a lefty. He was kind of calling that off for Olsen earlier in the game.
Witkowski fouls that ball back in the 3-1 hitters count. Kelsey now in sole position of 5th place in the Kansas Collegiate Athletic Conference in home runs with 6. There's a player for McPherson that has 12 leading the conference. As Witkowski looks at that one, and the first walk of the game for Lorg, he hit a batter way back in the 4th inning. And Witkowski, has some speed on the base pass.
Very smart on the base pass, too.
4 for 4 in the season on stolen bases and attempts, as Leo Aguilar was hit by a pitch in his last at bat to reach base. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. The Blue Jays looking to get back into this.
We need a little weekend Leo bomb right here.
Leo had 2 home runs this past weekend, big ones.
Bob is pinch hitting right now.
Oh, pinch hitter for the Blue Jays.
Pinch hitting right now is actually Bob, number 5, Bob. Robert Eisenhower, we call him Bob on the baseball team. But getting his first swing in of the day. Styling out there with the rockin' Gardner gloves.
Eisenhower batting .208 on the season, does have a home run.
He was sick this weekend. I believe he had some strep throat. So it's good to see him back out there. Does a really good job behind the plate, too.
Eisenhower fouls that one off back. Witkowski had a nice secondary lead on that one, trying to figure out Lorg from the stretch. A lot of the damage on Lorg has been done today as he's been pitching from the stretch. Did give up that solo homer to Kelsey Weems earlier this inning. Blue Jays already scored one, looking to add to that with a runner on first. Nobody out. Lorg looking to put it in play, count 0-2. See a good view right there by the camera on top of our dugout. Number of different angles that we have here at Tabor College. Guys in the control room do a great job bringing you all those angles and replays. As a ball outside. Might have been done on purpose on an 0-2 count, thinking that Witkowski was going to steal right there. Witkowski did not go. Gets his sign, though, from Jake Jones. It'll be interesting to see on a 1-2 count now if they send Witkowski with a breaking ball. Could be coming. From the stretch, Lorg looks in back now. A pickoff attempt, trying to keep the runner at bay to keep him out of scoring position. Lorg's pitch count is ever rising.
As you can hear, the Tabor dugout below us just getting all amped up.
Lorg pitching now, breaking pitch, a little bit low, I suppose, right below the knees to Eisenhower.
Oh, very fortunate right there.
He was pausing because he wasn't sure if that was a strike or not. You can always tell by the batter's body language if he thinks it's a strike or not, and he wasn't entirely sure. But the count goes to 2-2. Blue Jays will take that call. Lorg has been squeezed the last couple of innings by home plate umpire. Witkowski not going. Actually, time was called by Eisenhower to the support of the Blue Jay dugout. Got a couple of fans finding a spot out in right center field and left field. It's a beautiful day here in Hillsboro. Might as well bring a hammock out there in camp. Lorg from the stretch. Eisenhower with a soft ground ball is going to be going to second for the short one. It's going to go to first late. Eisenhower is able to beat it out. So for fielder's choice, 6-4.
Bullpen getting hot actually over there for Bethany. Looks like number 15. Getting loose.
Number 15, Cole Bohannon, actually pitched against the Blue Jays last year. I think he actually pitched extremely well in his time. Was a young guy last year. Just a junior from Meridian, Kansas, and Vasquez last at bat hit a ball deep to center field for the first Blue Jay hit. It was a double. Really got this Blue Jay offense starting. Did not have a hit through the first 4 innings, and they've added 6 runs as well to go along with 5 hits in the last inning and a third. Eisenhower takes a short lead off of first, pickoff attempt to keep him at bay. Made it a lot closer than it should have been. Good pickoff attempt by Lorg. Almost like a Julio Tehran pickoff attempt if you watch any MLB. Really athletic move.
Brandon Ridgels, excuse me, getting the pinch running right here for Bob. So that way Bob can get in and get his gear on.
See the Tabor students enjoying this beautiful day here in Hillsboro. Temperature in the mid-60s. Vasquez takes a strike on the outside part of the plate. Count goes to 1-1. Lorg's pitch count now approaching 100. So you have to assume this may be his last inning of work. This will be his 98th pitch, and he's thrown quite a few throws over there at first base, and he's not tossing it over there. He is absolutely throwing BBs to his first baseman, Randy Good. Vasquez with the 1-1 count has been absolutely swinging a hot bat in recent memory for the Blue Jays. Lorg from the stretch. Vasquez hits this one well foul, but on top of it.
Good swing right there by Rudy. Needs to straighten that pitch out right there.
Our view is kind of obstructed, so when a ball is hit to the left side, we cannot tell if it's foul or fair, so I apologize for getting a little excited. We could just tell that the exit velocity was there by Vasquez, who's on top of that one, but finds himself behind in the count, 1-2 to Lorg. Breaking pitch in. Vasquez waves and misses for the second out of the inning. It's going to bring up Tanyan Schaefer. That was a good pitch there by Lord.
Take a changeup.
Tanyan has a hit today, 1 for 3. It was a huge hit back last inning. Two outs here. And Schaefer absolutely tried to send that one all the way to Billings, Montana, but it falls into the glove of the catcher, so 1 strike against Schaefer. And as you said, Riggles is out there for the Blue Jays, a very quick base runner. Takes a modest lead, gets back very easily. Can take a couple of steps if you wanted to.
Big AB right here for Tanyan. Need to keep it going.
Lorg from the stretch. Schaefer pokes that one to the left side, and the left fielder had trouble with the sun. We couldn't really tell if he bobbled it. His body flipped over, but he made that nice diving play to retire the third out here in the bottom of the 6th innings. The Blue Jays do get one of those runs back thanks to a Kelsey Weems long ball, and they go to the top of the 7th, trailing by 6, 12-6.
Now pitching for the Blue Jays, number 24, Reed Millwood. Leading off for the Swedes, center fielder number 7, Justin Bailey.
Okay. Reed Millwood making his debut out on the mound for the Blue Jays. Starting off with another low inside pitch. Not really sure where that pitch is. The umpire's not really been very lenient on that inside call.
Been consistent with both teams on that one. It was squeezing Lorg the past 2 innings. You could tell he was a little frustrated with that. Millwood, the junior from Mount Vernon, Illinois, throws from the right side. First 2 pitches as a Blue Jay are balls. Blue Jays need a clean inning here if they want to have a shot to get back into this one, trailing by 6 as Millwood skips that ball up there in front of the plate. Count goes to 3-0.
That umpire.
You know, we say that the umpire may be squeezing them, but we also don't have the best of vantage points from our angles. So more than likely the home plate umpire is right on top of his game, being consistent with the calls. His runner going first pitch, and Aguilar, quick throw down. Oh my goodness, that pop time was ridiculous that time. Pop time at a 1.63 Nah, just kidding. I'm not sure where it was.
Yeah, it's Bob now. Eisenhower.
And I beg your pardon, Aguilar was pinch hit for by Robert Eisenhower, and it was Eisenhower who showed the nimble feet on that one. He's able to throw out Justin Bailey at second base. And again, going back to that pop time, not entirely sure what it was, but it was absolutely ridiculous. Great footwork there by the junior. I know Millwood really likes that from the mound. Walked a batter on 4 pitches, and his catcher able to bail him out on a stolen base attempt.
Always nice being able to have a catcher or something like that Bob just did right there. Being able to help with the run game.
And that is the 11th would-be base stealer that the Blue Jays have thrown out on the season. Only allowed 10 stolen bases compared to the Swedes, who have allowed 34 base runners to steal a base. As Millwood still working from the windup on a 3-1 count to Alex Martinez, who has enjoyed a really good day at the plate, and second consecutive walk to start Reed Millwood's pitching career. He's a two-way player, plays some short, and I beg your pardon, some third. It's going to bring up Braden Scrivener, who has hit a home run in his first at-bat, and has added a single to go along with that. He's 2 for 4 in the contest. Middle infield playing double play depth. Outfield plays them pretty straight up. Digs in from the right side. Millwood work from the stretch as Scrivener waves and misses at a breaking pitch outside.
Really good pitch right there by Reed, utilizing that curveball first pitch.
Millwood with Martinez leading off at first. Throws a pitch missed inside. One goes the count. Breaking pitch, and Scrivener does not miss that one. That one has a chance to get out of here, and oh my goodness, all the way up in the trees. Second bomb today, and that one was not a wall scraper by any stretch of the imagination. That one hit the very top of the tree line out there in left field and got out on an absolute line.
Really good swing right there.
And just like that, the Swedes add to that lead, up 8 now. And again, 7-run rule will be in effect going forward through the bottom of any of these 7th, 8th, and 9th innings, with the Blue Jays trailing by 8.
First pitch blown away by Reed.
Millwood back to the windup and makes number 27, Evan Schwab, the cleanup hitter for the Swedes, to swing and miss on the breaking pitch. 1-1 goes the count. Another breaking pitch fouled off to the right side. Millwood gets ahead of the count, 1-2. Schwab's last at-bat resulted in a run-scoring double to the right center field gap. And the Swedes have come into Hillsborough today and absolutely swung the bats well. 14 hits, 14 runs, and a strikeout right there by Reed Millwood, his first in a Blue Jay uniform. Congratulations.
Nice work right there by him by just coming back, giving up a bomb like that, and coming back and striking out that guy.
Millwood from the lineup, another breaking pitch. That one, same spot. Really has that pitch going, pitching to Chase Lorg. It'll be interesting to see going forward. The Swedes have Cole Bohannon in the bullpen warming up, so Lorg will probably keep hitting because he is one of the better hitters on this Swedes squad. Has 2 hits today.
Another good pitch blown away by Reed.
Pitch inside. I'm not sure. Did you call a foul? Was that a foul? So count goes to 1-2, I believe, after the foul tip. And it's going to be a 2-2 count now.
Counts 2-2.
To Lorg. Again, Lorg has 2 hits today, 2 runs batted in to add to his season total. He now has 14 RBIs in the season as the pitcher waves and misses at that one. A good pitch by Reed. So 2 strikeouts in the inning by Reed Millwood in his first appearance pitching as a Blue Jay. Blue Jays do trail, however, by 8, 14-6 going to the bottom of the 7th.
Leading off for the Blue Jays, third baseman, number 13, Drake Gerard.
Back here in the bottom of the 7th inning for the Blue Jays. Back on the mound is Chase Lorg in his 101 pitch count. Be interesting to see how long the leash is for him out there on the mound on this midweek conference game. Bethany came into the contest with a 2-1 record. Blue Jays undefeated after sweeping Avila this past week in a 3-0, but Bethany in control here in the bottom of the 7th with their ace pitcher on the mound. Count goes to 2-0. Pitch count up to 103. At the plate is Drake Gerard, who has a hit in the contest. Also has a really outstanding defensive play earlier on a slow roller with a runner at third, barehanding that and throwing it to first for an out.
See if Drake can get a hit right here and knock Lorg out.
A 4-pitch walk, but we'll see if that does it. We can see Coach Ortiz of the Swedes kind of making a couple steps out. And I think that will be it for Lorg. Lorg was absolutely brilliant through 4 innings here in Hillsboro, showing off his skill at the mound. One of the better two-way players in the Kansas Collegiate Athletic Conference when it comes to pitching and hitting. And with 105 pitches, we'll see what Coach Ortiz decides to do out there. You see him talking to Lorg and the catcher Schwab. Top of the Blue Jay lineup coming up, Pat Bethea.
Gonna leave him out there.
Gonna leave him out there with 105 pitches. And there is Pat. Pat has an RBI on a fielder's choice back in the 5th inning. Nobody out, runner on first. Lorg from the stretch throws a first pitch strike in there. Good to see that from Lorg after a 4-pitch walk to Gerard. Count goes to 0-1 to Bethea. Coming into the contest, Pat was batting .271 on the season. I've seen that dip just a bit to .266. And a ball way over the head of Bethea. Pitch count now up for Lorg to 107. for the junior. And Bethea hits that one to right field, chasing after his Nunez towards the line, unable to make the catch. It's going to go to the corner. Gerard had to wait for it to hit, so he's only going to scamper to third, but Bethea pops one to right field, hits off the base of the fence because of the dimensions out there and right at 290. Blue Jays nobody out, and opportunity here to put some more on the board, maybe chip back at this score, down 8, 14-6. And I know the Blue Jays would love to get Lorg out of the ball game. He's an absolute brilliant pitcher, one of the tougher ones that they'll face on the season.
Big opportunity for Matt.
Matt, in his last plate appearance, had a 3-run home run over the left center field wall and over the bullpen, as that curveball misses high.
Lorg's starting to show his...
Yeah, he has to be.
Getting up there in the pitch count, getting tired up there.
Not only would he be tired from pitching, but he's been really solid at the plate today as he misses that one just outside. He's 2 for 5, couple of RBIs at the plate to help his cause out there, so really have to commend him and his effort today in Hillsboro. More than likely an all-conference selection as he works from the stretch. And Johnson hits that one a mile foul. I can. 2-1 count to Matt, and put a good swing on that one. He's really been putting good swings on the ball the last few days, especially in the series against Avila. And Johnson fouls that one back. Count goes to 2-2. And as you mentioned, another good swing. Big pitch here coming from Chase Lorg. The 2-2 count with runners on second and third. Fires Matt Johnson, swings and miss. What a big pitch by Chase Lorg with runners on second and third. Nobody out with his pitch count at 113 to throw that right by Matt Johnson. Such a big pitch right there. 4th time through the order for Lorg, who's pitched 6th and 3rd innings here in Hillsboro. Christian Stone coming to the plate. Christian's 0 for in the ball game. He's 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts. By the senior, be a good time here for his first hit and get going. Got a couple of guys in scoring position. Love to score them and chip away at this lead. Stone hits that one foul. Count goes to 1-1.
Stone always a big time play kind of guy. See if he can't get a good swing right here. Get us 2 more runs.
Down the stretch here in this ball game in Hillsboro. Down 8. Runners at second and third, 1 out. 1-1 to count. Blue Jays 3-hole hitter up. Blue Jays looking to chip back, a swing and a miss. Lorg is still bringing it in the mid-80s. And pitch count climbing closer and closer to 120. On deck is Kelsey Weems, and last at bat sent one into the tennis courts. As ball outside, 2-2 count. Just a workhorse out there is this Bethany Swede pitcher. Looking for his 10th strikeout of the game. Throws that one high, count is going to go full. Chase Lorg has gone 6 1/3, walked only 2 batters, struck out 9, does have 6 earned runs. 5 of them came in the 5th, and 1 of them last inning, and 2 here. As Stone stays alive. What bat discipline that was. It was good, really, really good pitch by Lorg once again. Lord came into the contest with a 2.63 ERA, striking out 9 hitters per 9 innings. And that one's low, and it's going to be bases loaded for Kelsey Weems, a guy that you went up for if you're a Blue Jay fan. You see his stats there. A little bit different because he had a home run today. So 6 home runs on the season, 21 RBIs, and here comes Alan Ortiz. And I think that's going to be it for Chase. Lord, got to tip your cap to the Bethany College pitcher as he absolutely gave it his all today. .120 pitches for Chase Lord. 2 for 5 at the plate, a couple of RBIs, so you expect him to keep hitting in the designated hitter spot. And Cole Bohannon on for the Swedes. We'll take a short break here as the Sherry Fleming call to the bullpen is in effect. Back here in Hillsboro, bases loaded in the bottom of the 7th inning, and the power of the Blue Jay lineup coming up in the form of Kelsey Weems. You see his statistics right there. Cole Bohannon, the lefty on the mound, the junior for the Swedes on the season of .517 earned run average in 15 2/3 innings pitched. He struck out 12 in those 15 2/3 innings. Coming up in a big spot here for Bethany. Bases loaded, working from the stretch against Kelsey. Throws one in the dirt. Count goes to 1-0. Blue Jays trailing by 8, 14-6. An opportune time to tack on some runs. Kelsey put a swing on that one. Fouled it back. Count goes to 1-1. Bohannon looks to have fastballs in the high 70s, low 80s range. He pitched very brilliantly last year against the Blue Jays when they made an appearance here in Hillsboro. Fastball just missing on the outside part of the plate. Bethany dugout does not like that one. Umpire has been consistent on that call all game long. Just missing the outside corner. Bohannon from the stretch. Ball in the dirt, so hitters count here for Kelsey, 3-1. Dawson, if you're a hitter here, I'm sure back at Buehler High School you were a hitter.
Yes, sir.
What's going through your mind? 3-1 count, bases loaded, down a lot. So are you really teeing up one right here, or are you being patient?
It's got to be the perfect pitch, I think, and that's what a lot of people talk about a lot of times. If that's the pitch you want to swing at and you want to take advantage of, you want that to be that pitch that you were looking for. Unlike a lot of times, especially when you get to this level, you see a lot of 3-1, curveballs, change-ups, stuff that they don't want to throw a hitter that this time a fastball, because they're thinking exactly what we're thinking right now.
Bohannon on the 3-1 count through a strike, fouled away by Weems. So a full count, 1 out, bases loaded situation we have here in Hillsboro. Bohannon from the stretch. Weems hits this one to deep left center field. Left fielder tracking it at the track. So a sac fly going to be from Weems, a very loud out.
Wow. I thought that was gone. Good swing right there by Kelsey. Did a job to get a run.
Breaking pitch hung out over the plate. And a good play there by the left fielder, Christian Healer of the Swedes. So Blue Jays do get a run here. Runners at first and second now after that sac fly from Weems. A long fly out to the track in left field. Played him perfectly. The Swedes are playing deep. Center fielder about 2 steps away from the track. Right fielder on the track. As Witkowski, it's going to be a lefty-on-lefty matchup here as Bohannon with runners on first and second, and Witkowski up the middle, and the ball is going to be in time to second. Christian Stone unable to make it just in time. Good play there by the Swedes. So the Blue Jays load them up, 1 out, only get 1 run out of it. They trail now 14-7.
Pitching for the Blue Jays, senior from Barrington, Kansas, number 34, Jared Cooper.
Jared Cooper making an appearance on the mound. Cooper on the season has a 13.50 ERA and 2 2/3 innings worked. Has a couple of strikeouts in those innings. The Barrington, Kansas native. Coming to the plate for the Swedes is the first baseman, Randy Good. First pitch strike for Jared. Good start for him. That one in the dirt, back to the backstop, so a 1-1 count. Swedes with a comfortable lead of 7 here in the top of the 8th. Blue Jays would like nothing more than a very simple 1-2-3 inning. Only have had one of those, Riley Olson, as this one fouled off to the right side. The count goes to 1-2 for Jared. See if he can get good here. From the windup goes Cooper. Good, swings and misses, and Eisenhower going to make a strong throw to Weems to first. Nice play by Eisenhower, being nimble on the feet. Not a really good angle to throw from that backstop to first base, but able to make the throw. That's his second good play of the game. You remember he had that quick pop time on the would-be stealer, and now on the strikeout, making another good play.
Great pitch by Coop right there, and even better play by Bob, making the effort, going out of his way.
You see Bobby Eisenhower making the good play right there. Donald Dale up. He is 0 for 3 with a strikeout and has an RBI to go with that. I believe we're going to have a pinch hitter, actually, for Dale. Noel Perez coming to the plate. On the season, we'll get you some statistics on Perez. Batting a .136. As Cooper throws that one just a bit low. Missed by a few inches on that one. 1-0 goes the count. Good start to the inning, though, by Jared. Struck out the first batter. Now going to work against Perez. Perez looking to get something going again for the Swedes. A fastball right down Peachtree for a called strike. 1-1. From the windup, and a swing and a miss.
Good curveball right there by Coop, keeping it low in the zone.
This Bethany lineup has done really well today, specifically the top of the orders, hitters 1 through 5. And just missing a bit low is that breaking ball from Cooper. Justin Bailey, Alex Martinez, Braden Scrivener, Evan Schwab, and Chase Lorg all have done a lot of damage in this lineup today. Cooper fouls that one off the foot. Is Perez. $11 of the 14 RBIs came from the top of the order in the game. Blue Jays have shot themselves in the foot on several occasions. 5 errors on the Blue Jay defense, which has been traditionally really solid this season. As this one fouled again. Oh, good catch right there by the guy in the dugout. He's going to stay nameless at this point, but saved several people. Flash in the leather. Jake Jones would never. Jake Jones, the third base coach for this Tabor College Blue Jays squad, had an opportunity to make a play the other day. Ended up muffing it, so.
Not enough grit there.
2-2 count to Noel Perez. Righty on righty matchup. Cooper likes the pitch selection. Throws it in there, misses on the inside corner. So we'll do a full count here in the top of the 8th inning. Already 1 out. Jared Cooper has a strikeout already. Looking for his second. And a breaking pitch in the dirt, swung on by Perez, and Bobby Eisenhower with a good stop again for the second consecutive strikeout and throw down to first by Eisenhower.
Coop looking really good right now, being able to use both pitches, throwing them both for strikes. Working hard up there on the bump.
Lowering his ERA considerably, only pitching a couple innings on the season, so that's why his earned run average was a little bit bloated. Nunez coming to the plate, and he hits that one up the middle. Johnson has a beat on it, but just past him. So second consecutive hit for Nunez after striking out in his first 3 appearances. Nunez came into the game batting .294. He has done nothing but raised that. He's 2 for 5. So batting close to 300 now is Nunez, who's the junior from the Dominican Republic. Cooper from the stretch now with 2 outs. And up to the plate is number 33, Christian Healer, the left fielder. He has a hit in the contest and an RBI. Nunez on the base paths is 3 for 4 in stolen bases and attempts. As a fastball called a strike. Nice pitch right there by Coop.
Dugout get maybe a warning or something.
Yeah, I think the dugout did get a warning. A righty on lefty matchup. And a good pickoff attempt. Uh-oh. Johnson. Oh, a good play there by Johnson. As Nunez trying his best Tyreek Hill impersonation, but a good pickoff attempt by Jared Cooper. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Blue Jays really need to get something going to get back into this one. Down 7, 14-7.
Respect for tonight's contest. More music is coming up here on Game Time.
Create an estate plan that values what you value. The Biblical Estate Design Service from MB Foundation Foundation is a will planning service that brings your faith into the process of preparing a God-honoring estate plan. Many donors of Tabor College have used this service to create their plan and have chosen to leave a gift to the college, a gift that will have a lasting impact on future generations of Tabor students. Learn more at mbfoundation.com/Tabor and get started on your plan today.
MB Foundation, giving meaning to money.
This is game time. In the home of the Tabor College Blue Jays.
737 coming out of the sky. Oh, won't you take me down to Memphis on a midnight ride? I won't lose. Hey, it ain't a traveling band. Yeah, better fly across the land, trying to get a hand. Hey, it ain't a traveling band. Take me to the hotel, baby's going oh well. Come on, won't you get me to my room? I won't lose. Hey, it ain't a traveling band. Yeah, better fly across the land.
Now pitching for the Swedes, number 99,
Listen to the radio, talking about the last show. Someone got excited at the call, state militia won't lose. Hey, it ain't a traveling band. Yeah, better fly across the land.
Leading off for the Blue Jays, number 5, Robert Eisenhower.
Bottom of the 8th inning here. Tabor down 7. You see the great shot of the tennis court. Several balls have landed there in the past few days as the Blue Jays are in their 4th consecutive home game of their season. As Bobby Eisenhower comes to the plate, made a couple of great defensive plays for the Blue Jays already today. And he's going to try to bunt his way on to first. Oh, what a beautiful bunt.
There. Good job, Bob.
And it's going to be a hit in the scorecard. And coming on the pitch for the Swedes was Kirk Perry. And not typically do you expect your catcher to place a bunt down perfectly, but continuing in the footsteps of Dominic Vicentini, who had 6 of those last year. Great bunt there by Bobby Eisenhower. But going back to the pitcher, Kirk Perry on the season has not allowed an earned run through 4 2/3 innings pitched, has struck out 6 during that tenure this season. The right-hander working from the stretch exclusively. Almost a balk there on a quick pitch.
Really comes set. Speaking on Bob, though, I believe Bob is actually our fastest guy on this team. Very quick guy. Also plays some center field, left field.
Vasquez coming to the plate. Takes a ball high. Blue Jays could use some juice right now on this offense, down 7. Could use some magic. Runner on first, nobody out. Vasquez with a 2-0 count. Already has a double today. Perry from the stretch. He works on the right side of that rubber. Throws a fastball right down Broadway for his called strike, 2-1. Vasquez is 1 for 3. Actually, his batting average has decreased from that stat line. Came into the contest batting .379, now batting .375. And a breaking pitch right at the belt, called a strike, so a 2-2 count. Good breaking ball right there by Perry. But Rudy's OPS on the season is 1.216, which leads this team. And I'm not sure if he was able to check his swing, and he was not. And that's going to be a strikeout. Kirk Perry, as the first base umpire said that he offered, couldn't check his swing, is going to bring up Tanyan Schaefer. Bad break right there for the Blue Jays. Ball in the dirt. 1-0 count to Tanyan. Wriggles again, a speedy guy. Coming on to pinch run for the Blue Jays. Down 7, don't really want to run into an out here. Could use a big hit right here by Tanyan. Takes the ball low, got to be patient. Coming into the contest, now throwing 5 innings on the season. Perry's only walked 2 batters in those 5 innings. Schaefer put a nice swing on that one, fouled it off to the left side. Catcher chasing it towards the fence, might have a play, could have had a play on it, bounced in fair territory. So a break right there for Schaefer and the Blue Jays. 2-1 count, still 1 out following the strikeout by Vasquez.
Swede's bullpen getting hot too. Looks like over there got a lefty warming up in the pen. Don't see anyone getting loose in the Blue Jays bullpen.
Fastball right down the middle, 2-2 count again. Vasquez was ahead of the count 2-0, but ended up striking out ultimately. Tanyan Schaefer got up in the head in the count 2-0. Now count 2-2. Riggles takes his lead off of first. Perry working from the stretch. Throws the ball in the dirt. Riggles is going to advance 90 feet, so runner in scoring position now, full count for Schaefer. Tabor will take runs in any way they want to give. You see the Swedes bullpen right now warming up is Braden McAllister on the season. McAllister has a 9.82 ERA. Only pitched 3 2/3 innings. And there it is, a walk on a full count to Schaefer. So runners on first and second. Blue Jays are still down 7. So they need runs, and they need them in the Costco edition in bulk. Drake Gerard has a hit.
A really solid hit back in the 4th, 5th inning.
He's 1 for 2, has an RBI, scored a run. He's reached base via the walk, so a pretty productive day for Gerard. Coming up with an opportunity to do some more damage, takes the ball high at the letters. Perry's been trying to pound the strike zone for the Swedes. They want to get out of here with a win to improve their conference record to 3-1. Blue Jays are putting their undefeated conference record on the line today. As Gerard grounds that one, could be a double play ball. Turn to second for 1, turn to first for 2. That's going to get out of the inning for Kirk Perry. That's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Swedes. We go to the top of the 9th. 14-7 is our score here in Hillsboro.
Number 29, Jacob Espita.
Jake Espedia coming in to throw for the Blue Jays, number 29. Big flamethrower. Jake this year has thrown in 4 full innings, sitting with an ERA of 6.75. ERA a little bumped up just because he's only thrown in a few innings. Done a pretty good job for us this year. Working well on hitting spots, those in the mid to upper 80s range, with a pretty good curveball too. See what he can do for the Blue Jays. Hope for a 1-2-3 inning, get us back in the dugout so we can swing the sticks.
Leading off for the Swedes, number 33, Christian Healer.
Christian Healer batting for the Blue Jays, or for the Blue Jays, excuse me, for the Swedes. Start the inning off.
It'll be 9-1-2 here for the Swedes. I believe Afsita touches 90 at times.
Yes, he's pumped 90 a couple times this year.
Fouls that one off to the left side.
Very big frame, throws really hard.
Blue Jays got an inning of scoreless relief from Jared Cooper. In the top of the 8th, they're down 7 here in the top of the 9th. Ball low. Blue Jays did get into that Swede bullpen. Haven't been able to do any damage, however. As a little bit late on that one, but fouling it off and staying alive is Christian Healer.
Good curveball right there by Jake.
Afsita works exclusively from the stretch as he blows that one right by for his first out of the top of the 9th inning.
Nice work by Jake coming in and getting that first out of the inning.
Justin Bailey coming up for the Swedes, has a home run today, 4 on the season now. 3 RBIs for the leadoff hitter for the Swedes.
A little up right there, not a bad pitch.
Espita came into the contest with a 6.75 ERA, 4 innings pitched on the season. Like I said, as you mentioned, 9 strikeouts though. So that fastball works, and Johnson got ate up by that short hop. Go down for the 6th error of the day for the Blue Jays. A sharp hit by Bailey. Made solid contact, was looking for a fastball, got a fastball, hit it right to Johnson, unable to make the catch on the short hop to the shortstop. Not a day that he wants to remember in the field. Does have a home run today, so he's done good work at the plate. But naturally, he's just a smooth fielding infielder. Just not a good day at the field from him as Espita bounced one few feet before the plate, went to the backstop. Runner advances 90 feet to second base. Swedes on the day, top of the 9th inning, 1 out. Scored 14 runs on 15 hits, couple of home runs, 2 of them by Braden Scrivener, the third baseman for the Swedes. He's due up next. Martinez did not check his swing. The appeal to the third base umpire said he went, so count goes to 1-1 with the runner in scoring position. Bailey's a quick guy. Did get thrown out by Eisenhower a couple innings ago on the base paths. Espita, oh, look at that breaking pitch.
A little changeup right there, nice pitch right there by Jake. One, 2.
Martinez grounds this one to Johnson. Runner will go back to second. Throw it to first to Weems. 2 outs now. Espita trying to get out of this inning, facing the top of the Swedes order without allowing a run. Runner in second, no 2 outs. Scrivener, though, is red hot, comes to the plate, has 2 home runs. The last one was no gimme at the top of the tree line out there in left field. Wasn't really at a high launch angle either. It was a line shot, still rising, it seemed. when it hit those trees out there in left field. Espita from the stretch fires a breaking pitch, fouled off behind the plate. Bobby Eisenhower has a beat on it, and he's going to make the catch. So Espita comes in, top of the 9th inning. 2 scoreless innings of relief by Jared Cooper and Jacob Espita. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning, and the Blue Jays would need nothing short of a miracle as they trail by 7. Bottom of the 9th inning in Hillsboro. The top of the Blue Jay lineup coming up. Pat Bethea leading off the top of the 9th inning here in Hillsboro. Blue Jays trailing by 7. Scored 7 runs on 7 hits. Blue Jays have committed 6 errors in the field. First pitch from Kirk Perry, who already has an inning of scoreless relief. Has not given up an earned run all season for the Swedes, so he's continued that trend so far this afternoon in Hillsboro. The Swedes looking to improve their conference record to 3-1. Blue Jays 3-0 in conference, looking to stay undefeated if they can do something here. Bethea checked his swing. Bethea pops this one up to medium distance in left field. Healer has a beat on it. Makes the catch. 1 out here in Hillsboro. Johnson's 1 for 4 at the plate as he approaches. A couple of RBIs. That one hit was a long one, though.
Pitch away.
Came in batting .267 on the season, now batting .264 after a 1 for 4 day so far. As Perry from the stretch, low one down there, 2-0 count. 1 out. Blue Jays down to their final 2. Ball high, count runs to 3-0 to Johnson. Blue Jays need base runners, so I'm assuming that he's going to be taken right here. Fastball right down the middle, called strike. Taken all the way with Johnson. Blue Jays will be on the road for their next 6 games to be at University of St. Mary's this coming weekend as Johnson fouls this one up on the infield. Let's see who wants it. Both the first baseman and that one's going to well, thank you very much. And I think that's actually going to go down as a hit. Nobody touched it. Fell harmlessly on the infield. Evan Schwab and the second baseman, Martinez, I believe that is.
Sun seems to be shining right there. Made it tough right there for that play.
They both were calling for it and fell to the ground harmlessly. So a gift is given to the Blue Jays as Christian Stone approaches the plate. Perry out there on the mound. Again, Tabor on the road this weekend at the University of St. Mary's as Stone fouls that one off to the right side. They'll be on the road the following weekend at Oak Woo. And the next home game will be against McPherson College on the 17th of March. We'll be broadcasting that game. The next home series will be against York College as Stone quickly down 0-2. Johnson on first. Tabor down 7. 1 out already. 0-2 count. Stone finds himself behind as he grounds that one. Is going to find a hole on the right side. Johnson smartly slows up. Doesn't round third to go to third as Nunez came in on it quickly. Blue Jays have runners on first and second, and Kelsey Weems coming to the plate. Already has a home run, just missed a grand slam you thought was out of here. I think if that ball goes over the fence back in the 7th inning, be in a different scenario right now.
Showing some light here in the 9th inning.
Perry fires fastball high. Ball gets all the way back to the backstop, so both runners advance 90 feet. Runners at second and third now. You know, traditionally in this situation, I would say that they would want to walk Kelsey, but you don't really want to put more runners on here in the 9th inning when you're up 7, so might as well attack them. Runners on second and third don't really mean much. Infield playing straight up. Nobody holds Stone at second as shortstop playing in his regular depth, up 7 in the 9th inning. As Weems watches that one again high. Takes a fastball in the bottom part of the strike zone, called a strike. 2-1 count to Kelsey. Right fielder steps in a few feet, surprising with the Blue Jays' most powerful hitter up at the plate. Wind has died down here in Hillsboro. Not much wind at all right now as Weems waves and misses at a high fastball. Count goes to 2-2.
Kelsey didn't like that swing right there. Two count.
Staying alive as he fouls it off behind the backstop. As the sun is setting on the horizon here in Hillsboro, shadows could be an issue with the sun gleaming down on the fielders. Could have played a factor in that Matt Johnson pop-up on the infield just a moment ago. As Weems fouls this one into the cemetery in left field. Stays alive at 2-2. Blue Jays down 7. Now have 9 hits in the contest. Bethany has come to Hillsboro and has swung the bat extremely well.
Kind of sit there and wonder whether how close this game would be if we didn't have those 6 errors today. Those errors really killed us.
Especially back in the 6th inning when the Swedes scored 5. Blue Jays had an opportunity for a double play ball to get out of that inning unscathed. As Weems puts a good swing on it, it's going to be called foul. Diving was Scrivener at third base, but ball was foul. Good swing by Kelsey. Weems already has a home run and a sac fly this afternoon. And on that sac fly, again, just missing a grand slam. Back in the 7th. Comes up here in the 9th. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. Now a full count. As Weems again fouls this one off. He's going to see his 9th pitch of the at-bat. Working really hard here in the bottom of the 9th.
Kelsey battling at the plate right now. Showing no quit.
The junior from Charlotte, North Carolina. Has had a really good start to his Blue Jay career. As Perry delivers breaking pitch. Oh, what a good take. You could tell that Kelsey wanted to swing at that one, but was able to check his swing and go to first with the walk. Now the bases are juiced for Joey Witkowski. Already has one big home run in the past few days for the Blue Jays. Would be a perfect time for another big hit. As there is, I believe there may be, called.
Coming.
Well, we'll have the Sherry Fleming call to the bullpen right here as Kirk Perry, responsible for all 3 base runners, hasn't had an earned run all season now, will go to the bullpen. And we'll take a break here in Hillsboro. Blue Jays down 7, but have the bases loaded with just 1 out.
Think about how good it feels when people really get you. Like the friends who come over when a big game is on, the neighbors next door who always bring your favorite buffalo dip, your in-laws who know you need silence during the clutch plays, and everyone who knows about your special post-win fist bump. It's kind of like having a State Farm agent like Paul Brooks. Paul is here to get to know you and understand your life, so he can help make it easy for you to protect what's important. Get an agent that gets you and your fist bumps. Call State Farm agent Paul Brooks in Wichita at 316-721-8181.
Coming into pitch for the Swedes is number 40, Braden McAllister, the freshman. I beg your pardon, the sophomore left-hander from Roanoke, Texas. On the season, Braden has a .982 earned run average. He's pitched 3 2/3 innings on the season. In those 3 2/3 innings, he has struck out 7. Given up a lot of runs, but he's also struck out a lot of batters, so his peripheral statistics are pretty decent. He's walked 3, struck out 7, allowed 6 hits and 6 runs, and those 3 2/3. So he comes in here with the bases loaded, but has the luxury of being up 7. All 3 runners on the base are responsible for Kirk Perry. One out here. And Joey Witkowski will be a lefty-on-lefty matchup. The Swedes already have a guy throwing in the bullpen. In case things don't go as expected here, Witkowski digs in from the left side.
Big spot for Joey to get in right here. Need a big hit from him just like last weekend.
Just missing the bottom part of the zone, and you can hear the Swedes dugout on that one, groan in frustration.
Looks like the pitcher slipped a little bit on that.
Joey's 0 for 3. He's been on base via the walk, also struck it out once. 1-0 count with the bases loaded. McAllister delivers a lefty and hits the strike zone on that one. 1-1 goes the count with the bases loaded. Seems like McAllister works exclusively out of the stretch on the far left side of that rubber. The big lefty. And Joey was trying to send it over the right field fence with that swing. Now finds himself down in the count 1-2. Got to put it in play here With the bases loaded, down 7. McAllister from the stretch. Wachowski, a great job of fouling that one off over the fence to the left side to stay alive at 1-2.
Joey battling up the plate, too. Got to work for it.
Matt Johnson at third. He reached via an infield single on a pop fly that should have been caught. As McAllister delivers to Witkowski, blows it right by him for the strikeout. Blue Jays down to their final out, down 7. With Bobby Eisenhower coming to the plate. He singled in his last plate appearance with a bunt single. Not sure. The third baseman playing really deep, so he'd probably get away with the bunt right here if he wanted to. Takes a ball high. Eisenhower, one of those Blue Jays that has had a really solid day so far, both defensively and with that bunt single. McAllister seems to have a pretty lively fastball for a lefty in the mid-80s. Throws that one outside, so 2-0 count. Blue Jays need one of the biggest 2-out rallies in school history to come back in this one. Down 7-14, 7 outs, bases loaded. 2-0 count to Bobby Eisenhower. McAllister fires one right down Broadway. 2-1 now. We have been blessed with beautiful weather here. Typically about this time, it's still temperatures still in the 30s, and it's been 60s the last few days.
Been a great week for baseball.
Ball outside, good eye by Eisenhower, making McAllister work for it. Has a couple of walks in those 3 2/3 innings, 3 to be exact. He's now thrown 4 innings, 3 walks in those 4 innings, 8 strikeouts, however. So he is effective at making hitters swing and miss, as we saw in his previous at-bat. He's going to throw that one high. So a runner does score on the walk as Johnson walks in from third. Eisenhower goes to first. Cuts the lead to 6. So to put that in perspective, the tying run would be in the hole. So this batter doesn't matter. The next batter doesn't matter. It would be the batter after that. That would be the tying run. So bases are loaded. For Vasquez, Vasquez already has a double in the contest. Struck out a couple of times so far today.
He's a Rudy bomb right here.
As he hits that one down the left field line, it's shallow, and the left fielder's going to not be able to catch it. Streaking around to score from second. And actually scoring from first is going to be Riggles. And so the Blue Jays score 3 as Stone and Weems and Riggles all score on the double by Vasquez. The left fielder, Healer, breaking in on it, had an opportunity to catch it with a dive, was unable to corral it. Just like that, the Blue Jays have scored 4 in the bottom of the 9th inning, and they're down just 3. So Mason Fast coming to the plate, and for the Blue Jays, Mason technically is their second best hitter in terms of batting average with a .375 average. Remember, against Avila, when the Blue Jays were down a run, he had that ringing double off the left field fence. So with 2 outs, the Blue Jays are rallying here. So, and again, Mason, if he can find a way to get on, whether that's via the walk or a hit, that would bring the tying run to the plate. So the Blue Jays finding some life here in the bottom of the 9th inning. All the runs coming with the 2 outs. We're going to keep it right here. Pitching coach for the Swedes coming out to talk to both the catcher and the pitcher.
Maybe giving his bullpen guy some time to get loose too.
Yeah, we'll see who that is warming up in the bullpen for the Swedes.
Number 12.
Be number 12, Taylor Grider. who on the season has a 13.50 ERA. So the Blue Jays able to get into this Swede bullpen a little bit. McAllister has showed his stuff off as he struck out Witkowski with a wicked fastball, but a walk and a double to Vasquez have given the Blue Jays life. So Mason Fast, the senior, comes up in a big spot for the Blue Jays. Down 3, runner in scoring position. Just needs to find a way to get on. Looks at a ball a little bit low, so good start for Mason. And the Swede dugout absolutely erupts on that one. Not happy with that call.
As the Blue Jay dugout is erupting right now.
So McAllister from the stretch works on that left side of the rubber, throws that one in there right past Mason Fast.
Good swing right there by Mace.
Just needs to find a way to get on. Tabor putting their undefeated conference record to the test right here. They were down 7 to start this bottom of the 9th inning as McAllister throws a breaking pitch, missing outside. And again, from our vantage point, we can't really see whether that was outside or inside or whatnot. But outside, missed with the breaking pitch, 2-1. And again, Blue Jays scored 4 runs in this inning, down 3, runner at second. And a fastball hitting the outside part of the plate. So 2-2 count. Blue Jays down to their last strike here. 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The last strike. So Mason really has to dig in here from that right side as McAllister looking for a strikeout.
Lucky 2s right here for Mason.
Mason fouls that one off, staying alive. Big foul right there. Can't afford to give up anything easy if you're Mason. One of the senior leaders here for the Blue Jays on the season. Really good presence in that dugout. Outfield playing the same way as they have been all game long. And McAllister from the stretch at the 2-2 count with 2 outs. Mason could not check his swing, and that's going to be a strikeout to end the ball game. The Tabor College Blue Jays lose 14-11 to the Bethany College Swedes. Their record in conference goes to 3-1. Bethany improves their conference record to 3-1. And again, we'll be back here on March 17th on the home game against McPherson, and then the following series against York College starting on the 21st. From Hillsboro, this is Charles and Dawson saying goodbye.